They're going to come in quick.
They're going to. She's a what? Look at that. It started right on you. Look at that. Look at that pretty face.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, guys? Welcome to this Tuesday night's live well here at Fish, North Georgia. Going to have a lot of fun tonight with a couple young up-and-coming fishing studs is what I'm going to call them right here, though. Getting them on here for the first time. But, hey, we're going to have a good show. Alex, are you ready for all this?
Oh, yeah.
All the excitement tonight?
Yes, sir.
We got the youth movement right here. So, guys, again, now you're watching the live well. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and do all the cool things that the young guys say. You know, give it a thumbs up and everything. Bassing with Big Malone, Mike Geiger from North Carolina. Not the Mike Geiger I know from Georgia. Tony Collins in the comment section. So we appreciate you guys joining us. If you're watching at a later date, hey, we appreciate you guys as well. And follow Fish North Georgia on all our social media and everything. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about our sponsors. Let's take care of business, and then we're going to get into picking the minds of you guys. You ready for this?
Ready.
You ready? Are you sure? You
ready?
All right, let's go. Sonar Pros. Just found out somebody here beside me works there. The official sonar installer of the live well, Trent and the guys, 770-530-4505. Take your boat to get the best installation around here. The pros bring their boats to Trent and the guys. You realize you're going to be working on some pros boats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you better be ready. So, hey, listen, we appreciate them. And also, this coming up Sunday, they got their winter seminar. It's from 12 to 5. Drew Cook, Austin Felix, Drew Benton, Patrick Walters. I wonder if he's going to wear shorts. I really do. And Trent himself. They're going to be doing about 30-minute seminars right there. It'll be a great time. If you're a high school or college angler, it's free for you. Old farts like us, $20 at the door. Limited space. So go to sonarpros.com, click on their winter registration, and go. And maybe we'll see you there this Sunday. And then, of course, we got Kevin Underwood with Lipsticker Fishing, 678-459-8419. Kevin at lipstickerfishing.com. Check out his Patreon, patreon.com/lipstickerfishing. And is that a slash or a backward slash? You young guys, how would I pronounce that? Right there. Is it backward slash?
That's a backward slash.
That's called a slash.
Slash or backward slash. I just want to do it right. But listen, he does a live on his Patreon where he's teaching you while he's on the water. Alex is a member there. He loves it. He raves about it. And everybody I've talked to about it does as well. So check Kevin out. We appreciate him as well. And, of course, the best rod sleeve on the market, bar none. All my rods are in it. The Evolve rod sleeve. We don't just sell it. I actually use it. It floats, got all the little safety features. And the best thing, if you're a fool like me and you throw all your rods in your rod locker at one time and you got crankbaits on it, the hooks do not stay in there just like they do on these cheap fish net, Chinese finger trap. Is that what we call them? Chinese finger trap rod sleeves?
Mesh.
The mesh.
Yeah,
the mesh. We got them here at Fish North Georgia, Evolve Fishing. We appreciate those guys. And, of course, with all the money, are you nervous yet?
No, I'm good.
You're biting your fingernails?
No, I'm good.
You good? You sure? All right,
good.
kid. So, listen, hey, with all the money we spend on all these expensive lures and everything, you want the best plug knocker on the market, and that's the Money Saver Lure Retriever. We got them here at Fish North Georgia. Guys are loving it. It is the best on the market. You can buy those little cheap ones. Yeah, this is going to get it back every single time. So we appreciate that. And if you're on Lake Allatoona and you want to fish with the living legend, Bill Payne's Guide Service, 706-280-2305. He does sonar trips. He does the smallmouth trips when it's the season's right for it. And he does Lake Allatoona especially. He'll do other lakes, by appointment, maybe if you ask him nicely. But I'm telling you what, that guy probably forgot more today than I've known in my entire life. And he's also one of the nicest human beings on the planet. Bill Payne's Guide Service. You will have a good time. And, of course, we got the young up-and-comer Brooks Anderson. You guys fished against Brooks this past weekend, so we might can talk about him a little bit there as well. Brooks Anderson fishing, Lake Lanier, spotted bass. If you want to know how to catch spots, where to find spots, and why spots are doing what they're doing, go with Brooks. And he loves taking the younger high school, college anglers, getting them on their journey, getting it all started. And he loves those type of clients. So Brooks Anderson Fishing, we appreciate him as well. And we're going to do Fishers of Hope at the beginning of the show tonight. Their mission is to glorify God, be servants of his word, to bring those in need to peace and hope that only he can bring. Guys, this is a ministry that those fishing tournaments, when there is a need and when it arises, Tony and the gang are absolutely fantastic people. And we hope you'll join them and help them out, support them, give them a little help, and, of course, fish their tournaments. Check them out at fishersofhopeministry@gmail.com. And then right behind me, as always, we got our buddies over at Turner Tires, 706-253-3339. Alignments, new tires, great family-run business here in Jasper, Georgia. And with all these people, tell them you heard about them on Fish North Georgia. So let's check out the comment section there. We got a bunch of them. Do y'all know of Mindy Glander?
Yo.
Who is that?
That's my fishing partner's mother.
Oh, Lord. And I promise you adults that are watching tonight with these two young kids, normally you never know what's going to come out of my mouth, but I will be on my best behavior tonight. I promise you. So, Danny, I'm looking to make a road trip. What's the best electric lake near you? Latham, it's in my front yard. I literally can be at the boat ramp in 31 seconds. So let me go ahead and get about the guests tonight before we get in the comment section. To my left, the young, good-looking right here, Carter Cunningham. Say hello, Carter.
What's up?
Are you nervous?
Not really.
You had to go to the bathroom, though, right before we come on air.
Yeah, I did. Had Mexican.
I told you I was going to let everybody in the world know.
I don't care.
There you go. So just trying to loosen him up a little bit. It's going to be fun. I know your dad's well known in the area, Clay Cunningham.
Yes, sir.
Big time guy on Lanier. Yeah, so we're going to talk to him a little bit. And you, to my right, one Hayden Seabolt. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you nervous?
No, I'm good.
Y'all both nervous as all get
Nah,
go. I
we're
can
good.
tell right there. So we but appreciate it. Mindy, it is a / she says.
Let's go.
All right, so we're going to do that. So, guys, these two fine young men just fished. Let's see, it was Clark's Hill. Do you see anybody in the comment section that you know?
Waking Lake.
Who's that?
That's my uncle.
Waken Lake Lanier. That's your uncle.
Justin Ricketts.
What's your uncle's name?
Sean.
How about Hellrod 96?
That's my other uncle.
It's a family affair tonight, right there. So, is Carter and Hayden signing autographs yet? Not yet. I'll get their autograph before.
That's our fishing coach at the
That's
high
your
school.
fishing coach.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Who's his name? Justin Ricketts. I haven't met him. I need to meet him right there. So, I made a business decision about a year and a half ago that all of these young up-and-coming anglers in the North Georgia area, I was actually going to make friends with, get to know them, because when these guys are on the elites and everything, they'll hopefully remember me. I will not tell them the COVID story, not with all these adults on tonight, but if you want to get that, go. What was that, last Tuesday night?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you want to know how to tell if you got COVID, go to last Tuesday night's show. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about Clark's Hill. I'm going to throw you guys some easy softball questions, get you kind of warmed up and primed a little bit. So where did you finish this past weekend?
I ended up in 4th place.
And this was a Bassmaster Opens.
Yes, sir.
Was that your first ever event?
Yeah, first open. Yeah.
Your first Open?
Yep.
All right, so going into it, tell me a little bit about how you felt. Was you nervous and all that?
Not really, but I mean a little bit, obviously, just because it's a big adult tournament. But
A big adult
we
tournament?
fish barns all the time, and those guys are pretty dang good.
Oh,
so
yeah, Barnes got some
if we can
hammers.
compete with them, then I wasn't too scared. For
Do you
Clarksville.
beat Scott, though, a lot?
Sometimes.
Just be honest. You just be, Scott, yeah. What are you laughing at?
Just laughing at Carter.
He's like, sometimes. You can say all the time if it's true.
No, it ain't all the time.
Huh?
No, he beat us in the
Listen, I told you guys, I'm gonna
live
make you a
scope.
little nervous and all that. But okay, so you said it was an adult tournament. Now tell everybody how old you are.
I'm 17.
All right, Hayden, how old are you?
16.
16.
Yes, sir.
So 17 and 16. You add them together, and they're just about half as old as I am. I feel really old right now, Alex. How old are you?
I'm 37.
Gosh, you're all so young and everything. Okay. All right, so you finished fourth. What were your plans going into the tournament? Did you have a plan of attack? Did you pre-fish any?
Yeah, we pre-fished that whole week, so
Yeah.
I had a pretty good idea what I was going to do, but
All right.
and I did do that.
You
and
did
it
do
worked
that?
out pretty good. So.
Okay. All right. So we're going to get on y'all's techniques. Now, you finished, Hayden, where?
16th.
Now, you were in the top 10, too, as well at one point. You had a camera.
10th. Yeah, I did have
You had a camera on your boat last day.
Sir. Yep.
How'd that feel?
It was kind of nerve-wracking.
It was.
Yeah.
So you had a camera guy in there. Did he talk to you any at all?
A little bit here and there. Yeah.
All right. Did y'all two pre-fish together?
No.
Oh, so you did.
We
kept
stayed
separate.
together, but
You stayed
we had
together,
to
but
fish
you-
separate.
All right. Well, let me ask you,
Yeah.
how much information did you share?
I mean, not as much up to the specific dot, but
Right.
I mean, we would talk about what was going on.
Oh, well, Tony, they just made me feel old. They make me feel old too, or young. I don't. Fred Ashcraft, my bad. I didn't know I had kids on the night. Now listen, here's the thing: they're kids, but I'm telling you, these two guys can fish, and that's why I want them on. Just anytime we can squeeze some juice out of them. So I always ask that. We get like when Drew Cook was on. What, you don't like the term "squeeze some juice"? Is that okay? Let me ask you this.
Hey, he brought it up.
Hey, let me ask you this: what's the cool way to say "squeeze some juice" in y'all's vernacular?
What do you mean? Like
Get some information out of you.
picking the brain.
That sounds old. Give me something cool.
I mean,
I know y'all got some slang. You know what? Here's an example. Gatekeeper.
Yeah.
You know what gatekeeping is?
not really.
Okay, good. How about you?
Not really.
Thank God I found some normal teenagers. I had people on TikTok just blister my ass because gatekeeping is when you have a secret you don't tell nobody.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's just called a secret.
That's what I say. That's what I say. Catfishing. To me, catfishing is just chunking out some chicken liver or something on the end of a rod.
Yeah.
And now apparently it's a whole nother thing on MTV and all that stuff. So see, that's what I'm saying. Is there a cool way to say squeezing the juice?
Not really. Just
I like you guys in it. That's it. You just picking your brains.
pretty much it.
Okay. All right. So when you two are together, I always ask the pros that come on, like, Trent and Drew Cook and all them and Patrick on them. They all roomed together last year. Just how much information you are willing to share with somebody that you're friends with, you're staying with, but you're going to be fishing against, especially going into the last day.
We'll talk about, kind of what we're doing, but like I said, not the specific bait and the specific spot,
Right.
Just deep, shallow,
Deep, shallow.
Yeah.
So did you fish deep or shallow the entire
fish
time?
deep.
You fished deep. Did you fish deep?
Oh, I fish deep, yeah.
So scoping.
Yeah, scope.
How does Clark Hill compare to like Lanier? What's up, Far Dog? You got somebody from Oklahoma watching you right now too. So North Carolina, y'all gonna be worldwide famous here.
Worldwide.
So we're going worldwide.
Yeah. Worldwide.
And I talked to Worldwide the other day. He's gonna come on the show.
All right.
I'm gonna get him on at some point. Tell me a little bit about how Clark's Hill compares to Lanier, because you guys both fish Lanier.
Mhm.
I would say that's your home lake, right?
Yeah. So it's pretty close.
Really?
I mean,
But I saw a whole hell of a lot of largemouth being
No,
caught.
there's a
there's
lot
way
more
more
largemouth. I mean, like usually, like you hook one, like it's more than likely going to be a largemouth. Just kind of depending on the area, but like you catch a lot of largemouth compared to spots.
So you're scoping for largemouth
Yeah.
down there. Do they set up similar to the spots, like the way we experience
Sometimes,
scoping?
I mean, yeah,
around here?
you can catch them up high, but a lot of like during the summer, yeah.
Yeah.
But like this time of year, like a lot of them get on the bottom, and you just kind of gotta see them down there. But
It's got a lot of timber and structure like Lanier.
there's actually not a ton of timber. I
Like
found
we know
a
as
couple
timber?
timber patches.
Yeah, there's not much timber at all.
Yeah.
But I haven't fished Clark's Hill a bunch, but it's definitely not like Lanier.
See, I always thought Clark's Hill was more of a spot lake, but I was watching the weigh-in. I was watching you guys weigh in each day, and I was noticing largemouth after largemouth. I was like, okay,
I had all largemouth both days.
all largemouth both days.
Mhm.
How about you?
I had 4 spots in largemouth the first day, then 4 largemouth and 1 spot the last day.
And you were catching them in similar fashion? I mean, you fished consistently, or did you change baits when you were, did the spot come off a bait you were catching largemouth on?
Oh, yeah.
So you stayed pretty consistent.
Oh, yeah.
How many different baits, and you got to tell me if that's juicy, but how many different baits did you throw in that tournament?
I mean, just one, but a different variation of it, really.
A minnow?
Yeah, a minnow.
A minnow? How about you?
I threw one the whole time.
Do a minnow the whole time?
Yeah, just one
one.
size. I pretty much got all my fish off the same place. So
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so y'all know how to pronounce that right there at the bottom? It might be I always mess up everybody's names.
that's Cooper's little brother.
How do you say that?
Car Lego. His name's Carter.
Car Lego 8.
Yeah.
All right. So got a question from Tony Hoff. And either one of you guys, first of all, congratulations. I thought y'all had a hell of a tournament.
Thank you.
When they say deep, are they talking 20 to 30 foot or deeper?
I caught 2 of my bigger ones the first day in like 30 to 40, but most of my fish came out of like 50 to 60.
Largemouth out of 50 or 60. All right. How about you?
Yeah. It just depends. Like, I caught some largemouth in the 20, 30, but I mean, I seen like a group of 20 one day. They were all largemouth. Caught a 4.5 out of it.
Really?
But there's like 50 feet down on the bottom, and they shot up to it and ate it.
Alex, does this surprise you?
No.
This doesn't surprise you at all.
No.
When I throw to you, that means I got to put a dip in.
No, it doesn't surprise me because you see them doing it on Lanier. The largemouth and spots run together.
Yeah, they might, but not to that. Did you watch any of the weigh-ins?
No.
What percentage of fish were largemouth to spots? Because I saw largemouth after largemouth.
There was way more largemouth weighed in, probably, I'd say, than spots. Probably 80-20.
80-20.
There was a lot more largemouth weighed in.
Okay. Anthony Hampton. Pull that up right here. Great job, Carter and Hayden. The weights were strong, and to do that well was outstanding. Outperformed even the locals.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How many local guys were fishing in that? Do you know that were from that area?
A lot.
Was it a lot?
Bit, yeah.
I noticed how many Georgia guys were in it.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia was very well represented.
There's like 90 EQ anglers that were signed up in this one that are fishing all of them.
That are fishing all of them. Are you fishing? Are y'all fishing all of them?
No. I think I might try another one and see how it goes, but because the field's not full, so you can always sign up just before one.
Okay. What about you?
I haven't really decided yet, but I don't know. I haven't decided. It's just
what would make you want to?
I don't know. It's a lot of money, but
it is a lot of money.
Somebody to pay an entry fee.
What was the entry fee to that?
$2,000.
$2,000.
Yes, sir.
That's it. How many of them are there?
4 for each
Three
division.
more.
3 more.
So yeah, 3 more.
So 6 and 6.
Mhm.
All right, guys. I know out there somebody owns a business. All right, we need 12 grand. If you get the money, will you fish it? I can't beg.
Probably.
I can't beg.
Only one of them conflicts with school the rest of the year.
Which one's that?
That Tom Bigby River.
And what's wrong with school? Is that like exam week?
We got to miss a whole week. Which
Yeah,
last week we did it, but only the other 2 are in July, so they would be okay. They're over the summer.
I told you I'd write an excuse for you. I told both of them, I'll give you an excuse. I ain't got much pull in Dawson County, but I might get you out of that. Andy Anderson. Let's get. Okay. We'll do that. I'll get Andy after this. We'll do Turner.
Yeah.
Sorry there, Alex. Yeah. Did they use heavier weighted jig heads or lighter and just wait it out for it to sink? So, if you want to say exactly what weight jig head you can.
No, I just
half ounce queen tackle.
Okay.
Heavy one.
The ball head tungsten one.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
They're the exact same one.
Half ounce.
Yes, sir.
Now, do y'all like y'all believe that the tungsten shows up better on forward facing sonar or not? Or you just like
it? Does a little bit.
It
better,
does, yeah. But
it does.
It's not a huge difference.
I think they bite it better. I can't tell you why, but
you got
I
confidence.
swear they bite
just
it.
got confidence.
Way more confidence.
Oh heck yeah, you got confidence.
And of course, it's the most expensive jig head out there. Which
hell yeah, I know. I got they're big time, but they're good. Pull up Anthony Hampton. That was the one I read his. I didn't read. I read Andy's. Clark's Hill is full of timber north of Hickory Knob State Park.
There definitely is more up north on the lake.
So I'm not familiar with Clark's Hill near as much as I am the lakes in Georgia. Kind of describe the way it lays out. How big of a lake is it?
It's way bigger than Lanier.
It's
huge. It's huge.
Yeah. Did y'all stay on the south side more, or
most part? Yeah.
Is it more like a river?
No, not really. It's just a big
lake.
big lake. I mean, there's like in the back of Little River, like where there's like, is there 2 rivers or 3 rivers? There's 2, right?
I think 2.
I think there's 2, but
Could be wrong. I mean,
they're
Right.
like from like the dam to one river is a long way, and then in the other one, so like they're far apart from each other. So this lake's like huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you nervous yet? You keep looking
No,
down.
I'm good.
Huh?
I'm good.
What are you looking at?
No, I'm good.
I'm gonna give you hell. You know that, right?
No, I'm good.
All right. Far Dog said he fished 2 national championships on Tom Bigby. Am I saying that right?
Mhm.
That place fished extremely small. So how about this? Now you said how many anglers were in this tournament?
161.
161. And even though that lake was really big, did it fish small or did it fish big?
I mean, it fished kind of big, but like in some places you'd have boats on top of you just because everybody was doing the same thing.
yeah.
But like the river channel right there at Keg Creek by the boat ramp was just packed.
Packed.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
how far of a run did you guys have to make every day?
Mine was like 6 or 7 minutes.
Not long.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
What
the
about you?
second day I burned like 7 gallons of gas, so I didn't run much at all.
That was
run
probably
much at all?
pretty close. Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right. So I'm gonna ask both of you guys because I want everybody out there. I know a lot of people. You got family watching, so they know you.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't. This is kind of like one of your introductions. Not to say that we're bigger than Bassmaster that I watched you on, but hey, what got you into fishing?
Probably my dad.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But your dad's known as a striper. He's known in our area
yeah.
as one of the premier striper guides.
Yes, sir.
You like bass fishing. Now, did your dad work with you on that behind the scenes, or did he try to bring you up as a striper?
Well, he likes striper fishing, but he just likes doing something different, and we just kind of started doing it and hopped in some Barnes tournaments, and I've been at most of them.
Yeah,
just about all of them. But.
For those of you who don't know, Barnes, Scott Barnes, we call him the mayor, or he calls himself the mayor. Either way, however you want to do that. But he has probably what we say is the premier kind of open pot tournament. When you say that here on Lanier like that. So the best of the best on Lanier generally show up at that tournament. If you want to win some money there, you got to beat some really good anglers. All right, Hayden, same question to you. What got you into fishing?
Really just myself.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I didn't really have a family member that like really fished.
Right.
So we at our house we got 2 ponds, and I just kind of fell in love with it and talked to grandparents into getting me a boat for the first time.
Oh, you got a little grandparents.
Then it just that was where it started really.
Okay, I got you like that. Yep. Everybody's got a story. All right, so how about this? Here's a question for both of you, and Hayden, you can go first.
Okay.
When you actually show up the first day, I guess y'all had did y'all have an angler meeting like the day before? Like that?
No, so we had 3 days of practice, and then an off day, which the off day was supposed to be for our mandatory meeting.
Right.
But it snowed.
Yes.
So we did not have a meeting, and then they ended up canceling the first day. So we had a virtual meeting on Thursday before the tournament started Friday.
Okay. So we'll change it around to this. You gotta let Kevin Miller's always he's our he knows y'all. I don't know if y'all know him or something, but like yes, there's scopers. I too would be a scoper. If you ain't scoping, you're hoping. Ain't that what they say?
That is what they say.
Okay, but all right. Let me get back to the guys, and we'll get back to Kevin. And that morning when you got your boats in, is there any anglers that you saw other than the local guys that you're familiar with? Y'all know Emil and all those guys, and Brooks and Paul Marks Jr.
Yeah.
But was there anybody that you were familiar with kind of outside of our area that you were like, I don't want to say in awe of, but you're like, dude, I'm fishing with this guy.
I mean, I'm friends with them, but like Tyler Campbell and Tanner Haddon and them, like we saw them.
Yeah.
Like at the ramp where we put in at, but that was really it.
That was it.
There's some big names out there.
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
McClellan fished it. You know, he invented the rock crawler.
Yeah, there's been
designed it or however.
There's a bunch of longtime pros that were there.
Okay, well, when you started seeing the weights at the end of the first day,
I didn't think it would take anywhere near.
What was that guy that dropped 20-something that first day, 25 that first day?
Chase
Clark. The guy that won Chase.
He ended up winning. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. I remember watching that, and I was seeing some weights, and all of a sudden he comes up and he dropped 25, and I was like, I didn't expect that.
No, we didn't either. We thought probably 14 pounds a day you'd be
doing pretty well.
Top 40 or so.
Yeah. How many 20-pound bags were there?
I don't remember the first.
There was a couple the first day, right?
Yeah. He weighed in the third biggest bag of the tournament.
What
on the
was
second
that?
day?
22. I don't know if it's third biggest.
It was.
It was.
Yeah, but you made a hell of a run the last day. Where were you going into the final day? What did you finish first day?
I was in 29th.
29th. So you went from 29th to 4th.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big jump.
The weights were close, but
They
I
were
had
close,
a
but
really
still.
good bag. So.
Yeah, that was a good bag. Now, did you do basically the same area you did on day one?
Well, on day one, I was fishing different areas, but I had a high school tournament there last year where I caught a 5-pounder, and it's in the same creek as Wildwood. So I stopped on the way in, cold twice.
Yeah.
And one was like a 4.5, which really helped.
Right.
And so then I started there the next day and had 15 by 9 o'clock.
By 9 o'clock. What was your big fish for the tournament? That 4.5?
No, I caught like a 580 on Saturday.
On Saturday. The last day, 580. What was big fish for the tournament?
It was a 7 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, or a high 6.
Lucas Lindsay had a 7 something, I think.
7 something?
Yeah, I think it was. No, it was O'Connell, wasn't it?
Matt?
Oh, yeah.
He did.
O'Connell?
Yeah, it was O'Connell.
O'Connell's got the
I
prettiest hair.
think it was a 613.
Yeah, it was right there at 7.
Yeah, it was close.
Okay. And listen, though, he's a hell of an angler.
Oh, yeah.
He is a hell of an angler.
Oh, yeah.
I like Matt right there. So Fred Ashcraft said it took a lot of weight for as cold as it was.
It was very cold in practice.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, tell me a little bit about, the chill.
The third day of practice when it started snowing, I was like, it's cold.
Yeah, it was cold here.
Yeah.
I was watching you guys in the heat, though, just to let you know.
The tournament wasn't bad. I was ready to shed some layers about 9 o'clock.
Right?
Days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, it was cold. And I didn't bring gloves. I forgot them. So that was really cold around the boat.
Do you have problems with ice in your guides on your rods?
Oh, yeah. Just about every cast.
So-
you have to dip it down in the water.
All right, so I was going to ask this. Do you guys have any secrets for that? What are you smiling at? Every time I look over at you, you're smiling. Oh, Chris McDonald. Hayden, how was the camera in the boat?
It was it was pretty nerve-wracking, honestly. Like, it's hard to get used to. It took me a minute.
Did he talk to you any at all?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I had to talk to it one time and give an update, and I was not very good at that. I was kind of focused, and I was just mumbling.
Was you mumbling?
A little bit, yeah.
What did you say? Do you remember?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, so Clint says, cameraman Cletus, these boys are rocking side to side like they're trolling motors. They're nervous, dude. I can tell you right there. The next time you come on, it'll be so much easier than the first time.
I'd probably still rock.
Oh,
Really?
I rock all the
Always
time.
do
This
it.
is just
Can't
how I
sit-
sit.
it's
I'm
how you
always
sit.
like this. Yeah.
I got no problem with it.
No.
I got no problem. We ain't got the butterflies out yet.
Butter.
Oh, yeah. Okay. How do you say it? How do you young guys
No,
say
it is butterfly.
It's
Nerves.
butterflies, nerves. I'll give you an easy softball question.
All right.
Kind of warm you up, break the chill. Celebrity crush. If you had one
Oh
woman,
my god.
one celebrity woman
Oh,
that just you could date.
I thought we were talking about fishing.
Well, no, listen, I know, but like you guys, we're talking about what you guys know, and you're nervous. So who's the best looking woman out there right
Looks
now?
like we got some comments.
Oh yeah, look at comments. Are you avoiding that?
Nah, I was just saying.
No, because you're lucky Big Al ain't on here. Don't mess that question up, boys. Right there.
All
So
right.
listen. All right, who's
I'll let Hayden go first.
all right, go, right now?
Hottest celebrity.
Hottest celebrity that you would love to have one night with.
Oh my god.
I mean, date.
Yeah.
We gotta keep it clean. But just if you
probably Jennifer Aniston.
There you go.
dude, she's my age.
There you go.
Here she's hot.
Cougar, Jennifer Aniston. Now listen, you remember that? Listen, I'm not gonna lie. You remember that movie Bad Bosses?
Yeah.
That Jennifer Aniston?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Jennifer Aniston.
10 out of
100%. The one on Friends, not so much. Bad Boss Jennifer Aniston. Oh yeah, good choice. That's not what I thought you'd say, but you must have an old soul.
Nah, I just like to watch movies.
You like older women?
I mean, no, not necessarily.
Okay, scared. All right, now it's on you.
In her younger days. Let me get that right. In her younger
I don't know.
days.
Oh,
There's a good bit out there.
Yeah, well, give me one.
Hmm.
Just don't give me one that your mom's gonna make you question your dad or anything like that.
They'll probably question anything. I
Yeah.
suppose, but-
Okay. Well, who's the hot celebrity?
Huh.
I'm just trying to relax you guys. He came up with a. You came up
Margaret
with.
Robbie, or however you say it.
Who is
Megan
that?
Fox.
Oh, okay.
Who is that?
Suicide Squad.
Is that blonde?
Yeah, she plays
Yeah.
Harley
Oh,
Quinn.
listen.
I
Okay.
like 'em
Yeah. Listen.
blonde.
You like them blonde?
Yeah.
I like it. There we
I got
go.
a story for.
All right.
from
Tell me.
Clark's Hill. We were sitting there at Longhorn the night before the tournament. And, I went to the bathroom, but I come back and sit down, and Alex and Buddy were laughing. Carter was kind of embarrassed. So I was like, what's going on? But, so our waitress had
here we go.
a girl in the back that thought Carter was cute.
Uh-huh.
So she brought a Post-it card with the girl's number and name on it and gave it to Carter.
What was her name? I'm getting a Coke for those that don't know.
Emma.
Oh, it's Emma. Yeah.
Emma.
Yeah.
Was Emma hot?
Oh, we
know.
never saw her.
You never saw her?
Never saw her.
Uh-uh.
Well, maybe she was younger than Jennifer Aniston. So you want a Coke?
Definitely.
I would say so.
They said she was 17, I think.
17?
Yeah.
Their parents are watching Ray saying, listen, I'm just trying to get them loosened up. We're gonna have a little locker room talk just to get them to quit rocking and all that.
No, our parents are good.
Your parents are good?
They're chilling.
Your parents would be cool if you brought Jennifer Aniston home?
Probably not. But.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Listen, just go with it.
I'm
it
with
was
Chris.
underrated. Oh, Anderson.
Yeah. Cody Campbell. Is that the one that just won that Toyota Series on Sam?
I don't think so.
No,
not like
the same
that.
one.
A good sugar mama will pay them entries. See,
That's
you
a good
got
idea.
you got to think strategically.
It's not a bad idea.
Jennifer Aniston.
Dude, that is a good idea.
Jennifer Aniston
Wow.
would absolutely be able
Chris
to afford.
McDonald.
Yeah, that. So
There's-
Amelia Smith.
That's my mom.
I mean, if she's paying, Mama might be okay. Listen, that's what I'm telling you. I'm trying. So if anybody's got a number for Jennifer Aniston,
Hit me up.
you think if we tagged her in something there, Alex?
She'd probably never see it.
No,
No, we'll figure out a way. One of these days, I'm gonna get Donald Trump on this show.
There you go.
I
There
am,
we
or
go.
Don Jr., one of them,
Yeah.
or just buy the groceries. Yeah, it's like cameraman Cletus. He knows all about sugar mamas. I'm just kidding. If you're related to that, no. Cody says nope, I ain't that good. So anyway,
There's a dude that they got the same name.
Yeah.
He won the Toyota Series on Sam Rayburn.
he did.
That's
Okay, well
weekend.
there you go. So
Yeah,
all right.
I just
Anyway,
didn't know if it was the same one.
are you feeling better now that we talked?
No,
you know,
I'm good.
you still good?
I'm great.
Yeah, you already told a story. You got a story on him?
Probably, but I have to think about it.
You have to think about it.
I don't know. I could probably come up with one.
All right. So while you guys are thinking about it, let me give you a late Lanier question. Now, guys, if you got questions for these kids, throw them out here. Because if not, I'm going to be asking them about women all night. We want to talk fishing a little bit. But I told you two guys
I'm
about
fine either way.
you're fine either way.
That's perfect.
I think you are. I don't know about
I'd
about
rather
Carter.
talk about fish.
Yeah. So he won't talk about fishing. Okay. Well, good. Let's have our question here. I told you guys before the show about Baldridge Marina being so tough.
Mhm.
And this is on Lake Lanier. Didn't see a lot of bait. The fishing was tough. A lot of guys had to go out of Baldridge into the mouth of it, out on the big water like that. When you two guys get on the lake,
Mhm.
scoping, hoping, however, I don't really care how you do it.
Yeah.
But what do you do when you're not seeing bait this time of year?
Depends if I see bass in there too.
Okay.
If I don't see bass or bait, then I'm gone.
Are you the type of guys that will go up, kind of like Emil and Brooks and all them? They throw one or two, put the live scope down, look, don't see what they want, and they just pull it up and go.
In the
Or
summer,
were you in the summer?
when they're on like herring type stuff, yeah.
Yeah. What about right now? What are you looking for right
You-
now?
You kind of got to take your time now, just because it's colder. They're not really on a specific place. It's just kind of random.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Breaky Hill.
I know who that is.
Who is that? I'll get to your question, Anthony.
Breaky Hill or the
Well, I mean,
the one behind the
the
Breaky
one behind
Hill?
the Breaky Hill, because if that's Breaky Hill right there, you better answer that question. But since
That's
you know what I'm
clever.
saying, it is very clever. That got my attention.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
I just seen her on TikTok before.
Tell me a little bit about Breaky Hill.
I don't really know a ton about her. I just
Well, Brecky, hey, glad you're watching it. All right, so you guys are laughing. What brand forward facing sonar do you use? Anthony Hampton wants to know.
Garmin.
Garmin. You opposed to Lowrance or any of that, or you just
No,
what makes it? You want a Garmin?
comfortable with it. That's what I first
we
used.
first got.
Yeah.
But I've used the Lowrance. Haven't used Mega Live, but the Mega Live 2 don't look too bad now. But
I haven't
still ain't
talked to
caught up with
anybody.
Garmin.
Yeah, I haven't talked to anybody about that. Cameraman Cletus. Time on the water versus research. How much time do you spend on each before a tournament? So when he says research, you're getting YouTube, those kind of things, getting information that way, and then time on the water. So just take this last tournament. You guys have known about it for a while.
No, I cannot watch YouTube for a tournament.
You can't?
No,
Why?
it just makes me think of too many things. I just don't like to do it. I like to be my own, like do my own thing.
Right.
I really try not to pay attention to stuff like that.
How do you get any research information though? Are there ways that you like do it? You just go on the water and figure it out.
Not really. I look at a map a lot on my phone, like CMap.
Right.
And just look at some places kind of where they tend to be.
They catch your eye?
Depending on the time of year, yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you?
I don't know. I just like to show up to practice and look at the map then and see what looks good, check it out with live scope. And
really? You're the same way though? You don't use YouTube or anything like that?
No, I mean I'll watch YouTube, but
yeah.
I don't. That's not what I depend on.
I don't search up like, say, Clark's Hill, wintertime bass fishing.
Right. Okay.
I don't search up something like that, like because it drives me crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Alex, you find that answer interesting?
I do that. I do that. That exact thing, Clark's Hill wintertime bass fishing.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of guys, when we have this conversation, they're even the pros. Well, I go on YouTube, I go on this.
Yep.
And he don't like it. I find that very interesting.
I just don't like watching you. Like I'll watch fishing all day, but I'm not gonna search up like that.
Totally, I get it. All right, let's see.
Oh my God.
Okay, wait a second. Okay, no, we'll just go on up going up to Far Dog there. Let's start back at him. We'll get to Breaky here in a little bit. I just hope the guys realize they got to fish a tournament at a level only a small margin of anglers get to compete in. Yeah. And that is very true. Think about that.
We are very blessed.
You are.
Had the opportunity to go, and it was nice.
Yeah. That's it.
Sir.
Huh?
Yep. Just blessed.
Just blessed. You said blessed and highly favored.
Like yeah.
That. All right, Ray. Since you guys gave up the Queen's tackle ball head, what length minnow did you guys catch them on?
There, it didn't really matter, but
no,
I was using a 3.5.
3.5?
Or 4.5. It really did not matter there, but most of the time I was using a 3.5 jerk shad Z2.
Jerk shad Z2.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you?
Just a 3-inch.
Just a 3-inch?
Yep.
Not going to give up the brand?
Jerk shad.
Jerk shad?
Yeah.
So both of you basically use the same thing, just different size?
Pretty much.
Color? Can I squeeze the color out of you?
Just something natural.
The Z2, I meant to say mooch minnow because they're kind of the same bait.
Mm-hmm.
They're both made out of Lastec.
Right.
I was using electric shad, I believe.
All right. What about you?
Electric shad.
Electric shad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many other guys you think were probably using that same thing? Brooks, you were fishing. I saw you in the comments a little while ago. I'd love to hear what you guys were throwing. Spot choker. What's up, guys? Proud of you right there. So
appreciate it,
Robbie. That was pretty cool. Bass Fishing Live. Would you look at that? It's Spot Choker. Does he ever fish ever right there? So, yeah, I'll tell you what. What about your mapping units? What do you use for mapping?
I got 2 Lowrance HDS Pro 12s. One on the console, one on the bow, and then a 16-inch Garmin.
Okay. What about you?
Humminbird Solixes.
Okay.
10-inch ones.
10-inch ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 2 at the console.
Let's see. Hayden must like – I'm just Brecky. I just want to see how much money you've been spending. $1,000 a month on OnlyFans. Dude, listen. 2 months of OnlyFans and you'd be able to afford these tournaments. You got to lay off of that.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to lay off of that right there. Spot Choker. Yes, he does some fishing, but he stays busy all the time making baits for everybody else. And cameraman Cletus. They don't even make a 3-inch jerk shad.
It's a Z2.
Z2.
Yeah. Same thing. It's the same
So
bait.
Basically what you're saying like that. When you guys, did you kind of happen to, as you're walking by guys, notice what they were fishing?
They were all pretty much
everybody was throwing a minnow.
Yeah.
Did you see any guys fishing shallow at all?
The kid that got second, Blaine.
Just him.
Yeah. I tried it in practice. I just never found some juice.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Hellrod 96. How was the fishing in the freezing cold all week? We kind of mentioned it was cold.
No, it was very cold.
It was cold.
It was very cold.
What do you wear? What's your cold weather gear?
Well, I really just layer up.
Yeah.
And top layer, I just wear some Sitka.
Wear some Sitka?
Yep.
Pull out the old hunting stuff right there.
It's warm.
It is. What about you?
Layer up. I got a heated vest, so
that was my next question. Did either one of you guys have a heated vest or anything heated?
He did, yeah.
Do you think it makes a difference?
Yeah, it helps when it was below freezing just about every day.
Yeah.
I had 3 hand warmers in my pockets.
3 hand warmers in your pockets?
Yeah.
Should I tell them the secret?
Tell them the secret.
If you want to get your hands warm fast. Oh, I mean, they both forgot gloves, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Your mama's, yeah.
She's telling on me.
Okay, well, listen, though. This is true.
This is what you do when you
This is what you do when you want to warm your hands up really fast. You get a Coke bottle.
Mm-hmm.
you pee in it.
And then just hold it.
And then you just hold it. It's 98, whatever your body temp is right
that's
there.
true.
That is actually the quickest hand warmer. Now, with you in a camera boat, you really couldn't.
No.
I mean, if Jay Lee can catch a fish, though.
With his, yeah.
Or Jordan can catch one.
Yeah.
Coke Bottle Chronicles right there. So always, that's the Fish North Georgia tip. Always have you a Gatorade bottle or a Coke bottle. Doesn't matter what size, but that's a very quick, easy way, ain't it, Alex?
Yeah.
Do you really do it, or am I the only one that pees
No,
in a
you're
bottle?
the only one that does it.
I am the only one that pees in a bottle. That's a whole hunting trick right there. So, all right, give me something from Clark's Hill that you thought would happen but didn't happen.
Crankbait bite. I mean, obviously it did, but not for me.
Crankbait.
Because I like to throw a crankbait a good bit, and I didn't really find anything that was worth my while.
What's your favorite crankbait?
Spro rock crawler.
Absolutely. There you go. What about you?
Spro rock crawler, but I thought there was going to be more shallow too, like Lanier and stuff. But I knew there was going to be some deep too. But
they were very hard to come by shallow.
One shallow.
Really?
Yeah.
John G, what's up, buddy? Glad you could join us tonight right there. So how about this? The crankbait bite on Lanier for a lot of guys here lately has been kind of sparse.
It was really good. Now it's kind of
did you kind of notice like through December it was really hot and all of a sudden boom, it just seemed to stop.
Usually when it's just turning cold, it's the best time.
Yeah. What is the water temperature on Clark's Hill this past turn? What was it?
47.
I saw it like 48, 47.
Okay, so that's still, I mean, I saw
toward the end of the day like 50.
So I saw 41, 42 Saturday on Lanier. Is there a water temperature in your guys' mind when the crankbait bite stops, or do you pick your baits determined on that, especially if you're going shallow?
I just don't pay attention to it.
You don't pay attention to water temp?
I mean, every once in a while, but I mean, like during the spawn, yeah.
You just go.
It matters. If I'm not catching fish doing something, I'm going to do something else.
Okay. Hey, I like that.
Yeah,
is that about the same with you?
Yeah, pretty much, but
I got you.
I mean, there's certain times of year when it does matter, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I don't.
Not in the wintertime, do you?
No.
Okay. Which rock crawler color do you like the best? Is that one of them juicy ones you don't want to give up?
I mean, there's some that I like better than others.
Give me a couple examples. Like I said, you don't have to give me your juice. Just give me your
Red
bug.
That's a good one.
I like that. What about you?
Whatever that red one with the blue or purplish back.
I know which one he's talking about. Do you know that color,
I don't know
Alex?
what it's called, but
I don't know what it's called.
That's a good one.
So if you guys know the color of that Spro right there, throw that out there in the comment section. The color of that jacket.
Pretty much. I mean, it's a little bit redder, I'd say, but
yeah.
Oh, you're talking about that right there? So I like red bug. That's the one with the green pumpkin top, kind of reddish orange on the side. That's the one I like the best. Derek Spicer says he hasn't found it on Allatoona.
I went to Allatoona a couple weeks ago, and that water was cold.
Yeah, what was it?
I couldn't remember, but I just remember it being super cold.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact temperature, but it was cold.
There was no crankbait bite on Lanier for me Saturday, I can tell you. But like I said, it was 41, 42, and I didn't spend a lot of time with it. Since you guys are scopers, and I know I don't want to just say that's the only way you can fish.
Yeah.
Because I know that's not true. But you probably utilize a spinning rod pretty much a lot.
A good bit, yeah.
A good bit. Okay, so Far Dog wants to know what's your spinning setup, pound of line and such.
Well, it kind of depends on the bait, but really just 10-pound leader all around. I don't really like to use the light stuff.
Right.
Like 8-pound, like, when it's tough, but just 10-pound leader. But on like a minnow, a 610 NRR, it's an NRX.
Yeah.
Just a 610 medium extra fast.
What reel you use?
Accents Shimano.
Okay. All right. What about you?
I use 10-pound braid, and I always just use an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader.
Okay. What's your favorite? What's your rod that you like to use?
Probably a Fenwick or this old Abbey rod I got.
You like it? Hey, it doesn't matter if you like it right there. Let's see. Electric Red Crawl, I think, is what Tony said that color might be.
That's what that purple one is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was 38.6 at the Blockhouse on Allatoona Saturday morning, so that is cold. Drag a Carolina rig. Anyone of you guys throw a Carolina rig? Because I tried throwing a Carolina rig on Lanier, and I didn't get any bites on it as well. So that's an old technique. Do you use it a lot, or just when do you use it?
Not as much.
Depends on the time of the year.
Right,
I'll use it depending on the time of the year.
Okay, what time of the year do you use it?
It's coming up pretty soon.
Pre-spawn?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it.
Yeah.
What do you like throwing on the back of your Carolina rig? You a lizard
Cinco.
Cinco? You're a Cinco guy.
Yeah.
What about you?
I like a mag trick worm.
Mag trick worm.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. I've just caught them good on it at Eufaula.
Listen. I like that.
That's the only time I've really thrown a Carolina rig and caught fish on it.
You don't have to have a reason. I like it. It's just as good as anything. Gomo right there. Watching from my hotel in southern Arizona. I'm fishing the lower Colorado this week, boys. Well, hey, I hope you do well. That's one place I've never fished. So definitely would like to get out there and do that. Appreciate you watching tonight. Let's see. John G wants to know, what size line do y'all use for the rock crawler? Is 8-pound fluoro too small?
I don't like to go as low as 8 just because you got to retie more.
Right.
But usually 10-pound Seaguar red label.
Okay, that's a good choice. What about you?
10 or 12 is what I normally use.
And the red label's a little cheaper, so
yes,
because you got to re-spool it a lot because it gets frayed very quick.
It does. What about you? What line you use?
Brand?
Yeah.
I'm not too picky.
Oh, really?
No.
I'll just retie it. If it's getting rough, just check your line and you won't really have any mistakes.
Okay. Hey, I like that right there. So, okay. Oh, waiter. Appreciate you joining us tonight. What leader knot do you guys use? Braid to fluoro.
I really couldn't tell you the name of it. I just tie it. It's been working.
Just describe
really good.
it. Describe it.
It's close to a double uni knot.
Okay.
It's just
so
about
close to
like
double
that.
uni.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
I tie the FG.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah.
How long
it
is
ain't
it?
that hard.
Dude, listen, I've tried to tie an FG. My fingers just do not work. I tie the old Alberto knot. What about you?
That one's very good.
It is good.
Alberto's good.
I tie the FG.
You're a snob too.
I've got a tool for it though. It makes it really easy.
You got a tool? They make
Yeah.
a tool for the FG?
Yeah,
What's it called?
the FG knot tool.
Well, no shit. Right there we go. All right. In, not of. Appreciate you joining us again, buddy. What are their thoughts on Christine Fisher fishing the Opens?
Hey,
I think it's awesome. I think it's very good for the female community.
That is a very good answer.
Mhm.
That is an answer that a sponsor would like to hear.
Yep.
All right, now give me your real thoughts.
That's my
I'm
real
just kidding.
thought.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding like that. How did she end up finishing? I saw some of her.
No, she weighed a limit both days.
Yeah, that
she
was
had
her
a
goal.
late penalty or something. Which
The
cost-
first day.
She
yeah.
was
Gosh.
4
Yeah.
minutes late.
Mhm.
What is that penalty?
Typical woman.
I'm, I am 100% glad that came out of your mouth and not mine. Now it's like that. So, typical woman. She ain't typical.
No,
That
she's
woman
not.
can fish.
No,
yeah,
She
can.
braved
She's
the
a
cold.
hammer.
She
She's a
braved the
hammer.
cold
she caught
like
like
us.
a 6 in practice, 6 or 7.
Yeah.
She's good.
Was she the only female there?
No, I think there's one other lady.
One other one?
Actually, I'm not. I didn't see her, but I think there's one other lady that does that Bassmaster her stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So with the high school and stuff, now there are a lot of girls that fish in high school fishing now like that. So it probably over the next few years we're going to see a lot more of them.
Mhm.
At that level, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure
Yeah.
they probably can outfish me. Let's see. Great answer. She finished 125th. So I don't care. She was there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was in the cold.
It was
just
cold.
Like we
I was
were.
cold.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Blakely Bass and can't beat a black speedworm Texas rig.
That's some Florida stuff.
Florida stuff.
I've never.
Or some muddy water.
Some
on
Muddy water.
water.
Well, listen, they,
Oconee or even then you follow. But
Jessica Keller. There you go. There's another. She fishes Lanier right there. I got to meet her at Jimbo's show right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
So glad you're joining us tonight. And okay, Hayden, would you date Hillary Martin?
she's too old for me.
How old is Hillary?
She's I think 19.
Dude, you wanted to bring Jennifer
Yeah,
Aniston
but
home.
that's a celebrity. That's different.
Hillary Martin's not a celebrity.
I mean, I guess she kind of is, but
She got a big following on social
she
media.
does. Yeah.
So would you date her?
I mean,
Yes or no?
it'd have to be the right circumstances.
Oh, good Lord. This guy's beating around the bush. Carter, would you date Hillary Martin?
her dad's got a Freeman.
Okay.
I think he has 2 now.
Yeah.
So
Good answer.
I don't see why not.
You don't see why not?
No,
Y'all ain't got girlfriends, do you? You got a girlfriend?
he's working on her.
Working on one.
You're working on it? Okay,
Mhm.
well, I don't want to upset her and mess up any future
No,
relationship
we're-
you might
we're-
have by
we're all good.
telling the world you want to date Jennifer Aniston.
Nah, she'd probably approve of it.
She probably would approve. Hillary is a bammer, Ray said. Yeah. The answer is yes. You just can't say it out loud.
That's fact.
Hey, listen, I get it right there. So, Frank, can I say that? I always got to check. Read that one right there.
No, you're good. That's
Oh,
That's
Chandler's
my other uncle.
Chandler's dad.
good Lord. How many uncles you got watching tonight?
I don't know.
They're big.
That
How do
should be all
you pronounce that? I don't want to mess it up.
Frank Kunkel.
Kunkel the third.
Yep.
The third.
Yeah.
So what's up? So he says hello to you. In that up. If they could spend the day in the boat with one pro, who would it be? One pro, who would it be?
God, that's a tough one.
All right, well, you got an answer while he's thinking about it?
I mean, probably KVD just because he's considered the GOAT. But I don't know. There's a lot of them out there.
I get it. Okay, I get it. What about you now?
Probably Lee Livesey.
Really? Why?
I don't know. Just like his music taste.
You like his
some Whiskey Myers?
Some Whiskey
He
Myers?
probably jammed to some Whiskey Myers. He's a scoper now too.
Yeah, he is.
I like him. He's got a good vibe.
Got a good vibe. So they're picking their pro based upon musical taste and all that right there. So I like it. So, but he's proud of you. Your uncle's proud of you. I'm proud of him too, like that. Let's see. Going up to cameraman Cleus, because we gotta. These are very important questions that we're talking with these young guys right here. Would you rather have a woman that can fish or one that hunts? Which one is wife material?
Oh, neither.
Neither?
No.
You don't want your woman hunting or fishing?
No, probably hunting. Hunting's a good one.
Hunting?
Yeah,
Hunting's a good one?
She's probably got hunt land.
Yeah. No,
Jennifer Aniston
hunting's
probably
a good one.
does.
Yeah, she's probably.
She might not let you hunt. What about you? Hunter or fisher?
Either.
You have no problem with it?
No.
I don't think I'd like a fisherman though, just because we'd be.
You'd have a couple fishing.
I wouldn't like to take
you
her
wouldn't
fishing.
want her to take his scope at the front of the boat.
Yeah, you'd have to give it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't like.
Yeah,
to take
I
a girl
understand that
fishing
too.
Too much.
Gomo. How about this? Hayden, the girls at Lake Havasu. Havasu.
Yeah.
In the springtime, love bass fishermen. Where's that lake at?
Arizona.
Have you been there?
Just heard of it.
You just heard of it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. All right. So, Pontoon Jody, appreciate you joining us tonight. I imagine you're still in the great state of Tennessee tonight, right there. So, appreciate you being here. Blakely Bass, y'all throw a spinnerbait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
What time of year or year round?
Last year at Eufaula in April, shad spawn.
Shad spawn?
Yeah.
Around grass.
That makes sense. What
yeah.
about on Lanier?
Yeah, if the wind.
Sometimes in like March and April. Yeah.
March and April?
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a springtime
usually late March, kind of early April though.
Yeah,
okay.
If the wind's pounding, then.
What's your favorite spinnerbait?
Probably a spot sticker, mini me.
Mini me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can burn them things.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I like a War Eagle.
You like a War Eagle?
It's pretty good spinnerbait.
Nothing wrong with that. How about this? Did either of y'all lose any fish in this tournament that would have helped your total? So did you have some big ones get off?
Just the first day, I lost one on like first couple casts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How big you reckon it was?
I don't know. It was skinny, but it had a big head. It was probably close to 5. It was a big one.
It was a good one?
Definitely needed it.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, I get it. What about you?
I mean, I can't say for sure if it was a big one, but I mean, I missed a couple on live scope that I could tell were probably a pretty good one, but I can't say for sure. I fished pretty clean though the rest of the time. So.
Okay, well, there you go. Good for you at that.
That's the only one I lost all
Only
tournament,
one?
surprisingly.
That's very good. All right, Far Dog. After competing in the Open, what is the one thing you guys would like to see that would make the Opens better? Do you got anything? I mean, this was both your first time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so was there something that happened during that you were like, I ain't too sure about that, or how would you make it better?
I don't think I really got anything, honestly. I mean, it was a well-ran tournament.
Yeah?
Like, everybody was very nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
I'd say they ran pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No complaints whatsoever?
I didn't have any complaints. I mean, when we were dropping in the morning, they had volunteers parking your trucks, moving it up for you.
Oh, yeah.
They ran it very well.
There you go. I like that. Who we on now?
Gomo.
Pull up Pontoon Jody. Now, she's a female catfish angler, and she's very, very good. But she says, "Sniff, that's okay. He would be wanting to drive the boat, not let me pick the spot." So I get it. That's from a female perspective.
Yeah,
because she is the she's the alpha dog when it comes to her boat right there. So I get that right there. Gomo wants to know, y'all ever catch bass and get gators chasing them in? Especially, you said you fished Eufaula.
We did at Eufaula. We were catching alligators.
You were catching alligators,
like little baby ones on purpose.
On purpose.
Just
It was fun.
Let them chase it for a while. It was pretty
Okay,
fun.
I get that. You ain't never had a big one?
No, not really. And we've seen some really big ones that you follow, but I've never wanted to catch one of those.
What about you?
I've never caught one, but I've been close. Throwing a frog, it'll come and get after.
Come and snap
out of
at
nowhere. They really will.
Okay, I got that. Jessica Keller, she says you'll know you love her when you let her take over the forward facing sonar. So that is like
probably true.
You know that your relationship is right when you say, "All right, baby, come up here and take the scope." Huh?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So in that of wants to know how you going to spend your winnings.
My grandparents paid my entry fee, so I gave them the entry fee back, and then I put part of it in a savings account and took some cash out.
Very smart.
Yep.
You got any investment advice?
You don't need to come to me with investment advice.
You don't need Bitcoin or anything like that?
No, he's probably the one.
What about you? What'd you do with your winnings?
I haven't done much with it yet, but I'll probably save a good bit.
Yeah.
Maybe invest it in something, but just so it'll grow.
Okay. Listen, hey, Alex, they're like talking like adults. You notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to let it grow. Get a good interest rate. Marry Jennifer Aniston. Anthony Hampton wants to know what size hook on the 1/2 ounce head?
3/0.
3/0.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all get into any of the smaller hooks like that? I mean,
It kind of depends on the bait size. When you're fishing for largemouth, I'd much rather have a bigger hook.
Yeah, and considering that was Clark's Hill. What about on Lanier?
Just same thing.
Same thing, 3/0.
Yeah.
Pretty much standard on the
You
stuff.
go to
you throw?
Gunnersville or something, there's a Horizon Head by Gamakatsu that's got a really good hook on it.
Do you like Gunnersville?
Yeah.
I've only fished that like once.
It's
I hated
so
it.
fun.
Well, we went a bad time.
When they're on the bait balls and stuff and you can live scope them, it's very fun.
You don't throw anything in the grass, throw up there, frog and all that?
We caught a few, but we didn't catch 20 pounds on it.
Have you seen the weights coming off of Gunnersville lately?
They're crazy.
Good Lord. What about you? You fish Gunnersville?
I fished it one time, and it was not good for us. But
Dude, there's too much grass in that thing.
too much drum, too.
There is a lot of drum. There is a lot of drum. Gators on a frog is a blast. Sounds like it. Waiter, ever fished Missouri? Either one of you guys fished in Missouri
I've never
yet?
been. I like to go to Table Rock one time.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I've never been.
That would be pretty cool. Cody Campbell says we almost hit a 12-footer up past Lake Point in October.
I got some videos of some pretty big ones up there.
Okay. Y'all good at skipping docks?
Yeah.
Not bad.
What's your favorite skipping bait for a dock?
Jig.
Jig?
Mm-hmm.
What weight?
3/8.
3/8. What about you?
Jig or Cinco.
Yeah.
You can skip pretty easy.
I can skip the hell out of a Cinco. I can't skip a jig at all. I blow up every reel.
Last year, we had a tournament on Oconee and caught them all skipping a jig. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Making some good skips.
That's good.
I enjoy that. It's
I blow my bait caster up every time I fish a lot of electric only tournaments. There's no docks.
Yeah.
Now that we're getting on the big lakes, I need to learn it. But I can take a spinning rod with a Cinco and I can skip that thing from here to China. But that is that.
That's a long way, Danny.
Yeah, I know. I've been lying about length my entire life. Far dog. I had to get one in. Alex, I had to get one in. I couldn't help it. These guys are dying. I'm going to have to pray extra hard at church on Sunday. I'm off
for you.
Danny, on southern lakes that are loaded with red clay, when do the fish really start setting up on it? March? Yeah.
Late February sometimes. Sometimes now. Sometimes they'll be random on it, but
they really start getting on it springtime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you agree with that?
Lanier, probably. And a lot of lakes around here, probably March,
Right.
March and February. February they get up there too.
Carmen Cunningham.
That's my mom.
Man, she had to join in right then. So, Miss Cunningham, I appreciate you letting your son come up here.
Talking about peckers.
You brought it up. We could have been talking about a Cinco.
I was talking about foot size, dude. I was talking about foot size. I had nothing I said had anything to do with peckers. Where's your mind at? Where's your mind at? Anyway, thank you. Carter, is it Landon, are good at catching frogs in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
We were throwing a frog, and those big bullfrogs up there would eat it.
Yes, absolutely. I get that. So, Kevin, rabbit hole, here we come. Kevin, I got to be on better behavior tonight. I've got some youngins in the place. Brian Belcher, use SLX-DC for skipping jigs. Works great.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I get that. How did you learn how to skip? Just trial and error? Or did somebody teach you?
Trial and error,
Trial and error?
pretty much.
Nobody taught you?
No.
Y'all didn't watch a G-Man video on YouTube to learn?
No.
I mean,
I may have,
You
but
may-
it's been a while ago. So
what about you?
Nah, just trial and error.
Trial and error. Okay.
Yep.
a lot of backlash.
How about this, Cody Campbell? Oh hell yeah, a lot of backlash. I found that if I just I'm trying to learn cheap mono, and just keep trying to get the motion down right there. So pull up Cody right there. As someone currently in public high school, I can confidently say that they have probably heard worse. Okay, I thought he had a question. High school. That's what I tell everybody.
Oh,
That is
for
very,
sure.
I
very
mean,
true.
before first period, they have heard worse than anything I've ever said on this.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's for sure.
100%.
But you don't talk about peckers with your buddies, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's red. Look at the camera's like, he's old boy's red now.
I'm always red.
All right, so let's do this. Since you're always red.
No, my face. Everyone's always said that.
Oh, we've
Chubby
never
cheeks,
said we've
red.
never said worse. That comment.
Oh yeah,
I've never said a bad word.
yeah. You said yeah.
Hmm?
You didn't before the show. I don't think I've heard one come out of your mouth yet.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, my son. You guys are good kids. All right, so I know that Hayden didn't do any of his homework last week, so he's going to have to be taken off here shortly.
No, I'm good for
You
now.
good? Are you having
We're good
fun?
for a little bit. I'm having fun.
Okay,
We're
they're
good,
having
but-
fun. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
And they do. Listen, they got bedtimes and curfews and stuff
No, I
like
I ain't
that
worried
and
about
homework.
that.
We're
All
good
right,
now.
So let's do this. Let's go ahead and do our Serve IT question of the week. Now, you got to pull up that question.
Oh,
Remember, you got to read it. I told you you're reading the question. Hell, I just wrote the answers down. You got to read it. So let's go ahead and pull up our buddies at Serve IT. Guys, if your company is looking for a one-stop IT service company, Serve IT is the company for you. Customer service oriented, stays on the problems if they have them. If they don't prevent them, they will stay on it till it's done. One of the best processes I've ever seen in my life. They absolutely will take care of your company's ITs from start to finish with some of the best service out there. So Serve IT, we appreciate it. Your guys, if you got a company, give them a call if you're in need. And if you're thinking about changing and pursuing a career in the IT, check Serve IT out. Go to serveit.com and hit their careers button. Is that what it was, Alex? Is it a careers button?
Yeah.
It's got careers like that. Tell them you're with Fish North Georgia. And I've been told that you heard about it on Fish North Georgia. And they will absolutely talk to you about it today. And again, they can train you. What they're looking for is outgoing people with good personalities. You got to have a little bit of common sense about you, but they like guys in the outdoor world because we like to represent and all that. So anyway, Serve IT, we appreciate Alan and the guys over there very, very much. All right. So how many? This question had 4 answers.
3?
3?
or 4? We'll figure it out.
Nope. 4.
Oh, 4.
4 answers. So what I'm going to be giving you today is I got 4 True Grit jigs that I tied. So if you want to win that, the first one in the comment section, you got to have all 4 answers. Don't just put one answer, all 4, and you'll get the True Grit prize pack. So are you ready?
Yeah.
You got to read it 2 times.
2 times? All right.
2 times, and you got to read it like a game show host.
All right.
Go for it.
The heavy.
Oh yeah, you got
Hold on.
loud. I like that. Yeah.
What was the heaviest total weight ever recorded by an angler in a single Bassmaster Classic tournament, and who set this record?
Where was it at?
Where was it at?
And
What was the weight?
what year?
What year? And
Yeah.
who won it?
Okay.
Again? I got
Okay.
All right. What was the heaviest total weight ever recorded by an angler in a single Bassmaster Classic tournament, and who set this record?
Where was it at?
Where was it at?
And what year?
What year? Who did it? And what was the weight?
I don't know. I think we got like 8 answers. All right, so here's what it is. All right. We're going to simplify it for you. Heaviest total ever in a Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah.
Who was the angler? What was the weight? What lake? And we'll skip the year. So how about that? So we need a weight, a lake, the angler, and what else? Hell, I
Year.
forgot. No, we ain't doing the year.
Let's just throw the year in there.
And the year. Weight,
Make it
angler.
hard. Uh-oh,
What-
it's already coming quick.
Yeah, weight, angler, lake, and year.
Clint.
Yeah.
I think we got it.
Like Kevin, you know better than to put one answer.
I think Cletus got it.
Well, Cletus can't win. We need somebody besides Cletus. What about Cody?
Cody Campbell's got it.
Okay, so like we'll give you some bonus props. I'll give you a hug next time you're in here, Clint.
1084.
Yeah, so Cody Campbell, 75 pounds. It was Rick Clunn. He got that. 75 pounds, 9 ounces, 1984 on the Arkansas River. So there you go. So Cody Campbell, I think you've won before, but send me, just in case, always, as always, on Messenger, send me your address. But I think I got it. So anyway, how was that?
Good.
Huh? You got to be a game show host. Even
Yeah.
though I murdered that too.
There you go.
So you got to say, what angler? Now, we're going to work with this here because you're going to have
I'm a rookie.
sponsors. You're going to have sponsors one day, and you're going to have to plug sponsors. So this is your training ground right here.
All right.
So give me that question again with some confidence. Do you remember the question?
Hold up. I kind of did because there's so many parts of it.
Yeah. What was the heaviest weight ever recorded in the Bassmaster Classic, and who was it by? What year did he do it, and on what river?
Yep.
You gotta let smooth out there, like that. Smooth out there. So we appreciate you guys. Just here to remind you guys that I'm still on top. And again, listen, all they do these days is they use AI.
Oh yeah.
They use AI. They cheat.
So
they
I
cheat like
found
that.
that question.
How about this? Clint just gets it right for no reward. It's bragging rights. That's exactly why he does it.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourselves as an angler? Like if you could describe yourself in a couple of words as an angler, who are you?
Who I am?
Yeah, don't worry about it. We get them big traffic trucks coming all the time. Yeah.
I don't know.
You're a power guy, finesse guy. I mean, what are you?
It just depends on the tournament. I'm gonna do what the fish are biting and just what's the best scenario.
So you can be a chameleon and just be whatever you got to be that day.
I would say so.
Okay. So you're not one way that. Okay. How about this? Do you prefer to power fish or finesse fish?
I could go either way, honestly. I mean, I don't care if finesse fishing catch 30 fish or power fishing only catch 5.
Right.
Just whatever catches the biggest fish.
Okay, I got that. Carter is so hot when he runs the monkey box.
Talking about a live scope.
Uh-huh.
We know.
Is that
who
what they call it now? A monkey box?
I guess.
Who is it
That's
now?
what Brecky calls it.
Huh? Who is it? Is one of your buddies?
It's gonna be Cooper.
Is that Cooper?
Probably.
Maybe Cooper.
Well, all I know is he's probably still going to be looking up at Brecky Hill. She's probably taller than he is.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And based on that picture right there, he don't need to be too tall. Right there, he's right where he needs to be. That's all I got to say. If it's Cooper,
Cooper would probably be happy with it.
he probably would. I don't blame you. What about you, Hayden? Power, finesse, what do you like better? How would you describe yourself?
Kind of just open. I like to. I mean, I'll do anything. You know, like Carter was saying. Just
Yeah.
wherever I can produce the biggest bites is where I'm going to be.
Okay.
Yep.
These guys are like easy dates. They're just into everything.
Mhm.
I hear you. Connor wants to know, how long did it take y'all to find y'all's fish in practice during the Open? And did they hold up? That's a good question.
First fish I caught first day of practice was a 5-pounder.
Yeah.
The ditch was loaded.
Okay.
I went back. That's where I started the first day of the tournament. There wasn't a bass in it.
Wasn't a bass in it. Okay. What about you?
I found some good ditches they were in, and they were there every day. I mean, I didn't catch a bunch of big ones out of it, but I could catch a bunch of fish out of there.
Well, let me ask you this. You go into a ditch and you're catching a certain size and not the quality that you want. How long do you give that ditch before you go to another one?
Well, in practice, the ditch I started on, I caught a 5-pounder out of it. So I kind of stayed in there a while, even though I was catching a bunch of small ones.
I got you.
But
I got you.
once I didn't catch any, I moved on.
You moved. So John G has a suggestion for the question of the night. Change the questions to asking something that happened in an earlier FNG podcast.
Oh, that is pretty smart.
Is that smart?
Mm-hmm.
That could be dangerous, though.
That could be dangerous.
It could be dangerous. Like, the question I'm thinking about?
how to do a COVID test?
You don't know how to do a COVID test?
Sure.
Huh?
Do I want to know?
No, you probably don't.
How do you do a COVID test?
Okay. I'll give it real quick. We won't go into it.
I mean, I've had one, in your nose.
Yeah. What's one of the things that you Kevin says we've done that? I'm going to do it real quick for these young guys. So what's one of the couple things that goes when you have COVID?
Your smell.
Your smell.
Your taste.
Your taste, but definitely your smell.
Yeah.
We didn't do the taste test. We did the
No.
smell.
I hope
Oh,
not.
God.
So I was like laying in bed I mean, laid on the couch. I couldn't get up, just dying.
Yeah.
And I noticed that my mouth was tasting funny, and I didn't feel like I could smell.
Yeah.
So if you just go one knuckle deep and just do a little swipe in your butt and put it up there, you can tell if you don't have smell or not. What do you think about that?
Sounds like that's just you.
That's what everybody's saying about a COVID test. One knuckle. See, they all know. All right, go up, pull up Tony's.
This one.
No, one more. What is your game plan for practice? Ride and graph or fish spots that look good from research?
Fish spots that look good on the graph.
That look good on the graph. What about you?
Riding graph, just
Ride and graph. How much time do you spend riding or graphing as opposed to actual casting?
well, most of the time, like for Clark's Hill, because it's ditches, I'd go in there with my live scope and look. I wouldn't even look at 2D or nothing. Just
You just seen if there's fish in
You
that
just see
area.
that there's fish in there and drop waypoint and go to the next one.
How would you do it if you didn't have live scope? Out of
Probably
curiosity.
wouldn't.
Huh?
Probably wouldn't.
You
No, I'm
wouldn't?
kidding.
No. How
No,
would you do it?
I idled some ditches with 2D down there. 'Cause
Yeah.
you could see them. If there was a good school of fish, you could see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do you utilize 2D at all?
I don't.
You
Not a
don't?
lot.
Not a lot.
No.
What about you?
not anymore as much, but I did before scoping.
Yeah.
But
How long you been fishing? Like bass fishing, like in a bass boat
Like-
fishing.
6th grade.
Okay, so a while.
So
So
First 2 or
what do you got?
3
Like
years
4
we
years
have
experience
scope.
now. What grade are you in?
11.
11th. Okay, so seriously though, I mean, I'm being serious. So that's what you started off with was 2D,
Yeah.
kind of all that.
We got second or first tournament in the last 30 minutes, jig and spoon. So,
Jig and spoon.
yep.
What about you?
I've only been fishing for like 3 years.
3 years?
Out of a boat. I mean, obviously my whole life.
Yeah.
You know.
You guys have come a long way if you've only been fishing 3 or 4 years from that to a Bass Opens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you contribute your success to?
Just time on the water, really.
Yeah.
I just fish a lot. A
Okay.
lot.
How often do you fish a week?
Probably 3 or 4 days a week.
3 or 4 days a week? What about you?
Now that I got a job, not as much, but I'll probably still go
Yeah.
4 days, 3 or 4 out of the 7.
It doesn't hurt that your boss is a fisherman as well, though.
Oh no, he did.
Yeah, that
He's
kind
pretty
of helps it
open.
right there. Tony Hall wants to know, when does the ditch bite die or does it in y'all's experience?
Late,
Yeah,
early March, late March.
you can catch them in it all through March usually.
What about in the summertime? How come, they go deep? How come they don't set up in ditches as much during the summer?
It's really not necessary.
Bait's not
you
there.
can catch them just as
Bait's
deep. But
not
yeah,
there.
the
Good
bait
answer.
moves, but it's like
Yeah.
you can catch them just as deep, just not in a ditch.
Just load it up in the ditch. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Scroll on down. Let's see if we get some more questions for these young men. What is that? Favorite time of year to fish?
Fall.
Are you serious? Really? Because that seems to be the toughest time for a lot of people.
I think it's the best time.
You think it's the best time? Why is that?
Well,
On Lanier.
on Lanier.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. Everybody knows
Yeah.
Lanier is the
I don't
engine
know.
of the ship here.
It's the best. I think it's the best topwater time, other than June,
I-
of course. But
Topwater.
I think
I
topwater.
100% agree with that.
Do you really agree with
Yeah,
that? Just
I do.
based on Topwater alone
Yeah. I hammer them on top water in the fall.
in the fall? What about you?
Fall's good. I like March a lot, but I mean, on Lanier, it's just about always really good. So
Except in Balder is just past Saturday.
yeah,
Okay, but so a lot of guys come on this show though, and when they talk about Lanier, and you ask them when's the worst time to fish, if a viewer says, "Hey, when's the best time to fish?" almost always they say, "Not the fall." But you're saying that's your favorite,
Mhm.
based solely on the top
Well,
water.
I think because it's tougher time to catch them,
Yeah,
and a lot of people I'm a victim to it too. I get spun out,
right.
but they're gonna bite at some point, and you just gotta grind until you do catch them.
I like
Because
that.
the weights aren't as high in the fall, in my opinion.
Right.
And it's probably a little bit easier to win a tough tournament. in
Good
my
point.
opinion.
Good point. Do you agree with his opinion?
yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, he won 2 barns this fall.
You want him in the fall?
Yeah, I'd say.
Okay. Well,
I don't even remember.
October, 2 of them.
okay. What were you throwing? Was it top water or were you scoping?
The first one, I was I caught 3 of them on a worm that morning, and I caught 2 on the Mickey.
If you don't have a minnow in your hand, what's your next favorite bait?
I mean, it
The
just
minnow's not my favorite bait.
It's not.
Mm-mm.
What's your favorite bait?
Kind of depends on the time of year.
Okay, right now. We're talking right now.
Right now?
Right now.
I like crankbait.
Crankbait.
That's my favorite bait to catch fish on.
You're throwing a rock crawler.
Mhm.
You have any other crankbaits you like to use other than rock crawler? Or you pretty much stick to it? Because I stick to the rock
Stick
crawler.
to a rock crawler.
Maybe throw a little John every once in a while, but I'm pretty much a rock
Maybe.
crawler guy.
Yep.
Okay, what about you? What's your favorite thing to do outside of a minnow?
Crankbait's up there just because the way they hit it, but
Yeah.
I like skipping docks and stuff. It's just that don't win tournaments on Lanier very often. So.
Right, I agree with it. I
And
agree
then,
with you.
I mean, a minnow's good too, but I mean, it does get boring staring at a screen all day.
Yeah.
Unless you're just absolutely whacking them. But
Right. All right. What is your least favorite thing to throw?
Drop shot.
Drop shot? That gets answered a lot. What about you?
Alabama rig. That thing's so stupid.
An A-rig is so
It's
stupid.
so stupid.
I think's fun.
No,
Okay, so you like it, A-rig.
yeah.
You don't like
that
it.
thing's so stupid.
Yeah?
I hate it.
Just hate
It
it?
just gets tangled up.
It does.
I hate
I'm
that
bad
thing.
about that too. Let's see. Doc Holliday. We ain't said that from him tonight. A couple of river tournaments on Saturday in Southeast Georgia were won with 15 plus in 38-degree water. Just thought I would throw that out. Listen, it's cold everywhere. And actually, if you pay attention, like on the news when they're doing the weather, like LaGrange and them are often a lot colder than we are up here, just as cold. So very interesting. What bait are y'all using in the ditches? John wants to know.
Just a minnow now.
Just a minnow?
Jig and spoon.
Jig and spoon?
There's blade bait.
Blade bait?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Probably just a minnow.
Now, when you throw your minnow in a ditch, are you just dragging it slowly across the
No,
bottom? Or
I
you
just
hop
pick
it?
off fish with live scope.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
Either a heavy jig, minnow, or Kitech.
When you say a heavy jig, you're talking a regular standard bass jig.
Yeah. Just finesse jig. Like
Finesse jig, three-quarter?
half.
Through the ditch?
Depending on
How
how
you
deep.
working it in the ditch? Just real slow or you hopping it?
I mean, most of the time I just let it sink down there, but if they start coming off the bottom, maybe hop it a little bit.
So let me ask you this. This is a forward-facing question. When you throw a bait out, it could be summertime, anything like this. As it's falling, if you see a fish turn on it, do you let it go on down? Do you run it away from it? What's your mindset with that?
If I'm throwing a minnow, I'll take it away from them, but
Take it away.
it depends how they're acting that day. But
Right.
most of the time, I like to take it away from them just because it gets more aggressive.
Okay. What about you?
About the same.
Same thing?
Yeah.
You'll run it from them?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that makes perfect
Yeah.
sense to me. Let's see.
A worm and stuff, I'll just kill it.
You just kill it?
Yeah.
Would you rather let Cooper run the scope or drive the boat all day? That's a question for
Probably
you.
run the scope, honestly.
It's probably a
I
good
don't
idea.
trust him driving very much.
You don't trust him driving? I get that completely. In, not of. Do you ever turn forward facing off and just traditional fish?
No, it's miserable.
That's miserable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, the fish aren't like they used to be. Like, if you don't hit them, like, pretty close, like, on the head, they're not going to bite.
Right. Not
They're
as good.
No, they won't bite.
Especially on Lanier. Those brush fish get destroyed.
If you're off
Yeah.
by, like, say you throw a topwater short on a brush pile, you're not catching one.
Got to be
Unless it's just dumb.
dumb that day.
I remember
Yeah.
in the fall time, we had this one good spot. We miss it 50 feet to the left. You just
Still going.
Yeah.
But those are few and far between now.
That's barely ever happens anymore.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that's because of A, fishing pressure, or B, forward-facing sonar?
Pressure.
Fishing
but
pressure.
That's
Fishing pressure.
live
Okay.
scope's part of it because it's more cast at those fish.
So you're
Yeah.
saying, yeah, but not the pings or anything like that. Okay.
No.
No, they don't. I don't think it's that big.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
But fishing pressure.
Mhm.
So you think back now, this Lanier's got way too much fishing pressure?
No, I don't think it's got too much. It's not like Hartwell, that's for sure.
Hartwell's-
Hartwell's a mess.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clark's
Their
Hill
tournaments
doesn't.
are
Clark's
good.
Hill, those fish bite. Like, it don't have it. Like, they got a couple of big tournaments.
Yeah.
But, like, they know how to space them out. Hartwell is just, it gets pounded.
Wall to wall. Kind of like Gunnersville. A lot of people talk
Yeah.
about Gunnersville a little bit. and
Which
the amount-
Gunnersville, those fish still bite.
Yeah, they bite.
Yeah.
I think that might be just the way of the water and the grass. They got a lot of places
Bait.
to hide and the
There's
bait.
a lot of bait.
Okay, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
So, all right, Far Dog. I love these questions, guys. Keep them coming. What is their suggestion on LiveScope on the best way to figure out the difference between a bass versus other fish?
The bass move a lot more. Like, sometimes, like, if they're shallow, like, they're just sitting still.
Right.
But, like, if you're out there throwing a minnow and it's not, like, moving, like, pretty quick, it's not a bass.
Okay, makes sense. What about you?
I'd say how fast, like a lot of times the Lanier, the stripers move it 100 mile an hour. It seems like. So obviously, don't throw at those if you're in bass tournament.
You can tell the difference in the size between the bass and the striper, unless they're little striper, of course.
Right, of
but
course.
Like trash fish, like drum and catfish, they don't move around a lot.
So yeah, they're pretty.
They just sit still. You can tell.
Okay, makes sense.
They don't give off the same return either.
Oh,
it's
really?
kind of just a blob.
Right.
You can usually see the bass's tail.
Especially a gar, you can see the guards.
Oh yeah, you can see the
that's
nose
easy.
and everything.
You can tell a guard just automatically.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Okay.
Around War Hill,
yeah.
the springtime, you can catch them easy.
Okay, I like that. Kevin wants to know what your epic fail is.
I don't really know.
So, like,
I know what yours is.
okay, what's your epic
fell
fail?
in the other day.
Oh, yeah, I fell in the last Barnes one. That was the forward facing one.
Not the no live scope, but
the one right before.
The one was pretty cold, wasn't it?
Yeah,
very
it was
early
cold.
in the morning.
Like
Did you really? How'd you fall? Did you just trip, or would you set the hook?
Slip.
I caught one, and then there was like 30 of them more down there, so I threw it off the back. So I don't know if it's true if it, throwing them off the back helps stay fired up or not, but in my head it did, and I just went back in there with them and
just would let the fish go, and you fell off the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. It's a good epic fail. What about you?
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
You ain't had a blunder or nothing?
No, I guess just when I split my prop shaft in half.
You split your prop shaft in half?
Old boat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was just getting on pad, and I was like, dang.
You didn't hit nothing?
No, I didn't.
Just it split?
No.
Okay, I got that. So
there's fishing line or something. It was, I don't know. It was messed up.
Battle Baits is that his call? Go ahead and give your nightly plug for Battle Baits. Put the camera on you and put out your code.
Hey, check out Battle Baits. They got a new bladed jig that's not available on the website yet. When it is, you can use Alex at checkout and save 10%.
There you go. Hey, I love it. We got to do that.
Go.
Do you guys ever throw topwater this time of year?
Not now. You can catch them on it sometimes in December.
Sometimes.
Earlier in the year.
What's your favorite topwater bait?
I like a wake bait, but a wake bait or just a walking bait.
Just a regular walking bait? What about you?
Probably just a walking bait.
Y'all don't throw buzz baits or anything like that?
Buzz baits are fun.
They are fun to catch fish on.
Like, if you can skip one under a dock at Oconee and it hits it, it's so fun.
Don't discount it on Lanier.
Yeah.
Don't discount it on
Lanier. But they bite it still.
They do bite it like that. Let's see. Hellrod. What's your game day routine?
Biscuit.
What kind of biscuit?
Sausage, egg, and cheese.
Sausage, egg, and cheese. That's your go-to.
That's my go-to, and a large sweet tea.
And a large sweet tea?
Yep.
All right. Anything else? Like you don't wear the same underwear or anything? You got any superstitions?
No. No. This is weird. So that Toys for Tots tournament.
Yeah.
The day before I went out and practiced, and I had a Milo sweet tea.
Yeah.
And it's just superstition. I caught a 7.5 pound largemouth, and I left it in the boat. We've done pretty good. So, it's still in my boat
with the sweet tea.
Half of a Milo sweet tea. It's still in my boat.
Like it. I like it. Where'd you end up? Y'all had a good finish in that tournament.
Second.
Second. Yeah. You wasn't far from Charlie. How?
0.20.
0.20.
Actually, I think it was a little less than that, but
those are some crazy weights that day.
There was a lot of they were stacked. There wasn't any like super big bags, but they were stacked.
Yeah. I think we went down to 25th place. We were looking at it. And it was less than 3 pounds separating first to 25th, all the way down like that. Mm-hmm. What about you? Any superstitions, or what's your game day routine?
I'm with Hayden on the biscuit. Like at Parks Hill, we were trying to find a biscuit place. We found one.
Yeah, we worked hard to find a good biscuit place.
I'm a chicken and cheese.
Chicken and cheese.
Yeah.
Sausage, egg,
I like them all though.
I know. I'm the same way. Danny loves throwing a whopper plopper any chance he gets. I'd rather sit through an insurance seminar than watch throw a whopper plopper. You like whopper ploppers? God, I hate that bait.
I don't really.
They catch fish.
Yeah,
but I don't like it.
Yeah.
You like a whopper plopper?
I don't have a problem with it, but
you don't throw it.
I don't have a lot of experience with it either. So.
Well, there ain't much to it. You just throw that damn thing in the reel.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. I hate that bait. All right, Tony Hall. I do hate it.
It works though.
I don't care.
Shallow for largemouth.
I don't care. I'm going to try to catch them every other way I can before I throw that whopper plopper. What techniques do you guys use in the fall for topwater? Seville and flukes over brush or what?
I like a Seville over piles.
You like a Seville over the piles? All right, what about you?
Fluke and a Seville, yeah.
That's pretty much standard.
That is standard, but they bite it.
What about it if you were at a different, like, because we're talking right now, of course, Lanier and all that. Say if you were at Hartwell, same thing?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
Clarks Hill, what would you think?
Clarks Hill, those fish in June especially, those fish are stupid. They just bite anything you throw
out there.
Those fish it's fun. September, we had a tournament down there last year, and it was unreal. We probably caught 60 or 70 that day.
So, Alex, we need to make a trip to Clarks Hill is what it sounds like.
It's a good lake.
Because if they're stupid, I might be able to catch some on that lake. So that's what we got to do.
How do you guys rig your flukes up?
How do you rig your fluke?
Just a worm hook.
Just Texas rig?
Yep.
Regular Texas rig?
Yep.
You don't throw nothing like a little, what the hell they call them?
Barrel swivel.
Barrel swivel.
No.
You don't use any of that?
Just a worm.
Okay.
Just a worm hook.
What about you?
4-aught worm hook, or I'll nose hook it sometime too.
When you nose hook it, what are you looking for?
Sometimes that hook, you just get a better hookup ratio.
Okay.
In my experience.
Right. So, but it has nothing to do with the action. You just more confident in the hook set.
They about run the same.
Okay. All right. I got you. Gomo, you guys make a video with the 1 pound fish song yet?
I don't think so.
I haven't even heard of the 1 pound fish song. If you, I'll check it out, Gomo, like that. I'm with Hayden Bannett. What was that we were talking about? Something that you
A-rig.
A-rig. Okay, Bannett out there. So 38-degree water down there. Would have never thought it. It gets cold. It does right there. Justin Rickett. Good question here. Hayden, because I hunt and fish both.
Yeah.
130-inch deer with a bow or a 30-pound bag?
I never had a 30-pound bag, so I'm probably going to go with a deer.
You going to go with a deer?
Yeah.
Okay, what about you? Do you hunt?
A little bit, but not a lot.
Not a lot?
So I can't. I would. Depends on where that 30-pound bag's at. Like if that was on Lanier, I'd take it on Lanier.
Oh yeah, all day.
Oh yeah, because that'd be like a super bag right there.
Yeah.
Alex, I'm gonna let you play that game. Do you hunt?
I mean, not in a long time. Just I don't know. I don't really have a lot of interest, but I think I'd rather kill a bear over a deer.
You'd rather kill a bear with a bow over a deer,
or just in general.
Them things are hellacious to try to drag out of the woods. Have you ever shot a bear?
It said bow. No, I really. That's what I want to. I want to take down a bear.
You want to take down a bear?
Yeah, I want to.
I got a feeder about 100 yards from here, and in September, the only thing I get on camera is bears. Remind me next year. Now you can't shoot that bear over the corn. We'll have to set you up away from it. But they destroy my feeder every year, just right here behind the shop.
Yeah, let's go. I'll do it.
We'll do it. I will get you on a bear next year. Favorite rod and reel brand?
Shimano and Loomis.
Shimano and Loomis.
G Loomis. Yep.
Can't go wrong with those. What about you?
They're all good now, but I mean, I've mostly used Fenwick and Avu.
You know, it's interesting you say Fenwick because that's not a name that gets. I know they make good stuff, but that's not a name that gets brought up a lot. How did you get on Fenwick?
I don't know. My dad's has been pretty good friends with them,
so you just were able to get some of them. You like them?
Yeah.
You gotta have comfort with it right there. Gomo says he's got an 87 tracker, no electronics and all. I find depth and field water old school ways. Well, hey, listen, you go for it. I'm glad you can do it right there. So I do not have forward facing on my electric rig. I got a 360 though. Oh yeah, every time you hear that car honk, every time people come by, if they know us, they honk. It goes on 24 hours a day if you're here right there. Man, they lost me at fishing with the miserable. Fishing is miserable without scope. Well, listen, no. I'll say this. On Lake Lanier Saturday, I would have died to have one because the guys that won the tournament had it. I couldn't see what I was throwing at. Actually, my batteries died on my electronics, so I even lost my 2D. I thought my battery charger would work, so I had no electronics whatsoever. So I did what everybody should do. Points. I went in the middle of a ditch. I tried everything, and I will say this: that thing's got a time or place. If you're tournament fishing down here, you got to have it.
Yeah, if you're on Lanier and you're not,
if
you're not using your scope, then you're going to get beat. That's for sure.
Yeah, whether you like it or not. I mean, that's just the way it is right now. Except maybe in the springtime you can get away with it.
Yeah, some guys can crank them up and catch them off bed very good around here. So.
Yeah, springtime that changes a little bit, but I get it. Everybody's got their opinion on forward facing. You know what? If we could do it without it, I would. If you're competing though, at least in our lakes, the way our lakes are set up, you're not going to win without it.
It's fun though when you do catch them without using it because it's so much more unexpected.
It is unexpected. I agree.
I don't hate it, but it's definitely you're a lot more efficient with scope. So
yeah. I agree with that right there. But I understand those that are against it as well. Just don't be like Blockhead. Danny, sorry guys. He's deterring me. What's my bass rig setup? I got a 17.5-foot Triton aluminum that kind of looks like a bass tracker. I got a 48-volt Elko on the back of it and the Ultrex on the front.
You need to get some scope on it.
So listen, I got a 360 and I had a Mega Live on it.
Mm-hmm.
I sold the Mega Live. I just never could. I was just never happy with it and all that.
Need Garmin.
I'm probably going to do that, but I fished all of last year without live scope.
Yeah,
and we did pretty good in our tournaments.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, it's just. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I would have died to have had it.
Yeah.
But that's my rig. So that, and I got enough battery weight. I got to change over to lithiums. I probably am dragging around 3 fat girls worth of batteries. Seriously. So what are you laughing at?
That's funny.
Yeah, there you go. So, all right, Jerry. That's okay. All right. How about this? Yeah, Tony Hall. You guys scope a lake like Sinclair or Oconee. Not if you're now. You like to skip, or one of you said skipping down there.
Yeah,
jigs and all that. But
you can scope River Channel and Oconee and catch some.
But if you're going shallow, it probably isn't worth it.
You can see some on the docks.
Yeah,
yeah,
kind of like the crappy guys do.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, you can skip a jig to one that you see on live scope.
Yeah, you can see them under them docks at Oconee.
Yeah,
and like throw to them with a moving bait, and they bite good there, but just catching a big one there can be tough.
Okay, yeah, I get it right there. So, was watching a live stream at Oconee today. That was to Tony Hall right there. Gomo, or is that? Oh no, I'm sorry, I missed Jerry Catulas. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Have you noticed fish acting negatively when using forward-facing sonar, basically feeling the ping? We have had some guys say that before, but have you guys noticed it?
I don't think it's as much the ping. I think it's
not biting.
They're either not biting or you're the third or fourth boat that is fished for them.
That makes sense. That makes as much sense as anything.
Yeah.
How much time do you give a brush pile if you see fish or a dock or something and you're seeing them on your scope and they're not doing? I mean, how much time do you give a spot?
Maybe like in the summer, 1 or 2 casts and they don't bite. You're on to the next one.
Right. What about you, Carter?
On Lanier, just because I've got a lot of places marked, I don't usually come back to it, but unless it's just absolutely loaded, I'll come back to it within an hour.
Okay.
Maybe less. I mean, it just depends.
How many spots do you hit a typical tournament day?
Like in August, probably at least 50.
What about now?
Right now?
How many spots let's just do Clark's Hill. How many different spots did you hit on Clark's Hill each day?
Less than 8.
Okay, so you didn't do as much running around. Okay, what about you?
I had 4 ditches.
4 ditches.
Rotated between them. And really, all my weight came out of one. Except for the first day, I caught a decent one out of a different ditch.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. Now where we're at. Right here. What did Gomo say? I'll take a foot at a time from my reel and measure depth like my grandpa taught me in the 90s. Yeah, I mean, that's a way to do it. That's absolutely a way to do it. It's just, I would just say this, like, I appreciate that. But it's real easy to look down on that, your 2D or whatever. I'm in 30, I'm in 40, but I appreciate that. And that's a good way to do it. So what's the next one? Who are we at here? Connor, was there anything y'all did to target largemouth? I guess, I don't know if he's saying versus spots in the open or like spots in the open, but was there anything y'all did to target largemouth in the open? No,
they were mixed.
And I might be misunderstanding this question right there.
I understand. No, they were just mixed in. They were in the same places.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you caught a lot more largemouth than you did spots.
Yes.
The spots that you caught,
you could tell when they were largemouth on scope most of the time.
Just you could tell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good question. On forward facing sonar, what's the difference in largemouth versus spots as far as how they act, speed, all that kind of stuff?
Largemouth definitely moves slower than the spots just because they're a little bit more methodical. But like some like you can tell a big or largemouth. Like if you have a spot and a largemouth next to each other, the largemouth has a fuzzier return.
Okay.
It's more fuzzy.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say so, but
Or it's
it
just
depends
another
on the spot. Like
giant spot.
at Clark's Hill, though, the spot just had more largemouth on it, so there wasn't really no need to like pick them out.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense right there.
Yeah.
Strike zone. Chart plotter. Chart plotter or ultra. Which one?
Chart plotter.
The chart plotter's the echo map, right?
The chart plotter is like the one you had. That's in the same
Oh,
category.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
the 8612, 8616,
Mhm.
Yeah.
1643. They're like higher
Chart-
pixel units
yeah.
than
Right.
the Ultra series.
So you like that better?
Yeah, they're definitely better, but it's more money too.
No, for sure. That's the way it is like that. Austin Lanier. Hartwell is my home lake. I agree. It gets pounded and it's tough. Came to Lanier this weekend and smashed them. Same bait, similar areas. Way more success on Lanier. I needed to be with him. I got my ass kicked on Lanier. I mean, it really was the toughest single-day tournament I've had. Now, granted, in an electric world, we can't run and gun. So we're in a given area, and it's almost a guess. If you guess wrong, you're kind of screwed for the day. Gomo says you boys like striper fishing. Best tacos for the win.
I've never had tacos, but I like striper fishing. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I
That's what. Yeah, that's
really
what. Yeah,
did before I bass
his
fished.
his
Just-
dad is one of the premier striper guides on Lanier. So I imagine. But you've never eaten striper?
I think I did maybe one time, but haven't. It's not a regular occasion.
I got it. What about you? You ever had
I've never eaten.
You like
striper.
fish tacos though?
Yeah, it just kind of depends on where
fish?
I'm at.
Where you're at?
If I'm at the beach, fish tacos are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls in bikinis, fish tacos, some rum. You'll get there one day.
One day.
One day. All right. So Cody Campbell. I saw a giant school of fish up in Baldrige. They were super tightly packed together and way too big to be bass. Any ideas what they could be?
Striper.
Striper. I'll tell you this. About 1 o'clock, I still didn't have a fish in the boat. You guys know I don't like the whopper plopper, and I'm no good with jerk baits. I put on a Spro Mix stick, a chrome one. I was just desperate and just kind of pissed off, to be honest with you. And I didn't even have a jerk bait rod. So I had my rock crawler rod that is a medium. And I just, for shits and giggles, put it on there and I threw it up there and 2 jerks, let it sit for a second, 2 more jerks. And then the next time I went to jerk, felt like I was hung. And then all of a sudden my line started moving. It was a 15-pound striper. And it took me forever to get it in because I was playing it on that rod as a medium and there was a buoy. And that thing wrapped me around the buoy. And I just took the boat and I just went around the buoy and around the buoy 3 times and he finally chased them off in timber. But it was a lot of fun, I'll say that. But probably stripers.
You never heard the guitar string trick? Where you pull your line tight and pluck it like a string, like a guitar, and the fish will unwrap itself?
Put the camera on you.
I had not heard that.
I heard people do that on saltwater.
Start all over again. This is called the guitar string.
Like a guitar string. Yeah, you pull your line tight and pluck the string like a guitar, and the fish will unwrap itself.
Who the hell told you that?
Some saltwater guys. They say
saltwater guys.
When they get wrapped up on the bridge pilings.
They'll pluck the string.
Like a guitar.
And the fish will come back around.
Yes.
That sounds like
I have never tried it myself.
Uh-huh.
That's why I was asking if you did.
No.
But I have heard that.
Has anybody out there in the comment section ever heard of such madness right there? That's witchcraft. And do you play country music or do you play Van Halen? What do you play on the when you're plucking it?
Little Hank Williams.
Little Hank Williams? Yeah. Okay. All right, that'll work right there. I like it. Far Dog. Good question here. What's their favorite color palette on the scope? And how far out do they shoot on their settings? So what color are you looking at on your scope? Is it that amber color that everybody does, or you like a different one?
I like lava or blue, either one.
Lava or blue? What about you?
Lava, amber, and then like a lot of people like blue because you can like see it good. Like,
yeah.
If you ain't got the greatest eyes, you can see blue very good. But I normally use lava just because I don't know. It seems the best for me.
How far out you shooting your beam?
90 all the way to. I normally keep it no less than 90 foot out, but I'll go to 120.
Y'all see how this works? We get so far, but we get to talking. We get behind in the comment section. Your mom says she take a 30-pound bag any day.
Yeah.
You can go back out. So let's say 30-pound bag, 150-inch deer at Land Outdoors. Hell yeah. Miss Terry's there. Hi, Danny from Orlando, Florida. By far the best looking woman that ever joins the show right there. That's Kevin Thornton's wife right there.
I got you.
He really outpunted his coverage. He really did. I don't know how in the world he got that. Seriously, do you have any? I mean, seriously.
I have never seen her.
She's beautiful. No, Miss Terry, I love you.
Dang, Danny.
Huh? I told Kevin when he died, I'd take care of her. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding right there. Are you coming to Dave's house?
I have a tournament that day.
Oh, I do too, but I'm going to go to it.
Mine's on Lake Juliet.
You're not going to make it. You get to see Miss Terry and Kevin and them together.
Well, if I lose early enough, then
you can
I'll
make it.
Stop by on the way home.
I'm having my wife pick me up at the ramp so I can make it on time, and then
There
my
you
brother-in-law's going to take the boat home like that. Anyway, Miss Terry, you and Kevin, we love you two guys. She's fun. He just bought a Fenwick HRX yesterday, so there you go. There you go. Danny, when y'all say ditches, are y'all saying flooded creek channels in Georgian?
I mean,
kind of.
Yeah. Just kind of like a natural drain.
Where the hills go down and meet in the water.
Yep.
That's a Georgian way to say ditch.
Everything is kind of a ditch, just the deepest part.
Yeah.
In that area. I mean,
a lot of them are older kind of creek channels, a little ways.
You can see it very easily on your map.
You guys throw chatterbaits much?
Caught some on it at Seminole.
What?
Caught a bunch on it at Seminole.
At Seminole?
Yeah.
What about up here on Lanier?
Not usually.
What about you?
Yeah, I've caught them on Lanier.
Favorite chatterbait?
Probably just a Z-Man.
Just a regular Z-Man? You don't get into the jackhammer craze?
No, that
like
one's good, but yeah,
they're
mainly
expensive.
do throw that one, but
yeah.
And the slobber knockers right there.
Have you caught a fish on a slobber knocker?
Yeah.
He's the first one that's ever been on this show that has caught a fish on a slobber knocker.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think so.
On a slobber knocker?
Mm-hmm. I like that new Evo one.
Yeah.
Man Evo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good. I'm just kidding. I know the guys have caught it, but honestly, anytime somebody talks about chatterbaits on this, it's always a jackhammer.
Yeah.
Is it not pretty much?
Yeah. I like that Evo too, though. It's got a lot of resistance coming through the water.
Okay. There you go. Grew up on Sinclair. Atlanta Outdoors right there. Grew up on Sinclair. Skipping a jig is strong. Caught some of my best there. Winter bass, shooting docks with bigger 1/8 marabou jigs when the bite stuff. You guys ever use a hair jig?
Yeah.
You do?
Some fish on a hair jig.
You caught some?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if I put a hair jig in your hand right now, where would you go throw it?
Probably the same way.
Deep fish.
Same way.
Going deep and all that?
Yeah.
You guys ever watch FCP fishing? Mm-hmm. Dana Smith, he fishes Lake Lanier.
Yeah, I've seen some of his videos.
He throws a hair jig or marabou jig, however you want to call it, a lot. He hops it across points.
Yeah, I always see him cranking. I believe
he does crank.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he does.
Probably catches him on it.
Gomo says they fight. We're talking about stripers. Going down, say, love striper fishing for dinner and beer nights. Hey, I got you right there, Nathan Owens. I caught a 5/8 largemouth in Lake Hartwell before Christmas. It's on my profile pic. Caught it on a bluegill swim bait. That's another thing. Let me ask you this question because you guys fish deep a lot. Have you noticed with the spots on Lanier ever throwing up bluegill?
Yeah.
Have you? Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't think about that, but there's bluegill down there deep.
We catch a lot of fish shallow, but yeah.
There were some bluegill. Me and Kevin Underwood caught some spots that were choking up bluegill in 60 foot of water.
Yeah, giant crawfish down there too.
There's some lobsters down there for sure, like that. Let's see, Kevin Thornton. Oh, okay. He's talking to Doc in there. Jake Brooks, right below Kevin. If y'all were going to try to catch a big largemouth on Lanier right now, what would you do?
I don't know. We've had a lot of largemouth this year that me and Cooper have caught.
Yeah. Have you noticed an increase in them though? It seems like.
Yeah. There's definitely some ways to do it, but I think the best way is just to fish like you're fishing for spots because they're really just mixed in here and there.
So you wouldn't do nothing? Probably
not.
No different?
No.
That's a good answer. That's a different answer than I expected. What about you?
Yeah, just stay shallow. I mean, you can catch some deep, but you got a lot.
When you say shallow, what are we talking?
Less than 20.
Less than 20 feet right now is where you were targeting. If you were targeting a largemouth.
Yeah. And around docks, you could probably always end up catching.
Okay. North, mid lake, or south? South is what you say, Hayden?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right, guys, we're getting closer to the end. Like, these guys got homework we got to do. So anyway, if you got any more questions, you need to throw them out there. Your mom's hanging in here tonight.
I know it.
For him, not me. I hunt but don't fish. There you go. Your mama's a hunter.
Yeah.
I like it.
She's killed a big deer.
What's a big deer?
No, I mean, this is probably a 120-inch 8-pointer.
She bow hunt or gun hunt?
She killed it with a bow.
Absolutely awesome right there. I like that.
While she was pregnant with my sister, so that was cool.
Hold on a second. How pregnant?
I don't know how many. I don't know how.
She wasn't like 8 or 9 months, was she?
No. I mean, I'm sure 4 or 5, somewhere in there. I don't know exactly.
You know, that would be impressive, though. You know, woman like could just crack the egg at any time, and she's up in a tree stand. Was it a climber? Was it a fixed stand?
2-man ladder.
Stand. 2-man ladder stand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, though, Alex. You get where I'm going with that. That's impressive either way, right there. So, John G's going to be fishing at Juliet same day. Gomo wants to know what your favorite Walmart lure is.
$1 spinner bait. They got
$1 spinner bait.
Cents.
They do, but you need to go buy you some. Bring them to me and let me hand tie the skirts.
All right,
because them little bands, man, they just
yeah.
I'll hand tie you some skirts if you do that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Walmart bait?
I mean, Walmart's got a pretty good selection.
It's not bad. Depends on which Walmart you go into.
Yeah, I mean, you got Cinco's in there. That's probably what I would get.
Cinco? Good answer. Wake in Lake Lanier. What's your favorite thing to do on Lanier when you're not fishing? Do you even get on the lake when you're not fishing?
Yeah, in the summer.
You jet skiing?
He's got 2 jet skis.
You're one of those.
No, broke my sister.
Let me ask you this.
He wants me to say wake surfing because he's a big wake surfing guy, which it's fun because that's my uncle.
Is it?
He does wake surfing trips on Lanier.
Really? I just haven't got into that.
It's fun.
Is that where you're like 6 foot behind the boat?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a fisherman and a wake surfer get along, but
listen, no, I'm not judging. This is a judgment-free zone.
It's fun, but I mean, I'd much rather be fishing.
Yeah, I get that. Do you hover your minnow on the bottom if you don't see them suspended?
No,
not
usually.
You don't. No. What about you? Some guys are doing that, kind of like the old school Demiki, like they just sit there and let it sit.
I just like it to be on a fish so I can actually catch one.
You're not just blind dropping.
No,
I've tried that. Your mom was about 6 or 7 months when she shot that deer. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, and with the bow.
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys are looking for fish on bottom,
put the camera on your beautiful ugly mug right there.
When you guys are looking for fish on bottom, do you shoot like 20 feet past the bottom? Like, do you set your settings up to go further than what the bottom actually is?
A little bit.
Maybe just a little bit. Yeah.
Not like 20 foot past it, but just to where like
you can see the bottom.
Everything as big as it can get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without it getting,
Good answer. I'm still just trying to figure out how your mama was hunting 7 months pregnant. Like, of all the stuff we've talked about, you guys have been great. That's cool. That's what I'm gonna remember. Hayden's mama was 7 months pregnant when she shot a deer with a bow
in a tree stand.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not laughing at her. I just think that's fantastic.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Do you guys see a career in fishing? Or are you going to go another direction?
That is the goal.
The goal,
but it's it's probably not always going to be there. But that's my plans. That's what I want to do.
Well, yeah,
but
I think
if not, get a job in the fishing industry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Set your mind on it. Work hard. You'll make it. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to do a lot of tournaments, but
have you thought about guiding like your father?
Yeah,
either one of you?
I've thought of it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've done a few just from people he knows that want to go bass fishing.
Yeah.
It's fun. Just
you got to have those people skills, though.
Oh, yeah.
You got to develop people skills like that. So that's awesome. What's your favorite wake bait on Lanier?
Surge Sad.
And that's April Upperman. Y'all know her? Okay, well, April, that's not a name I've recognized on the show before, so I'm glad you joined us. What now?
Surge Shad.
Surge Shad?
Or that Spro one. I forgot what it's called. But
Chad?
No. Chad. They got Zero Minnow, too.
That's Zero
I think
Minnow.
It's Zero Minnow.
Zero Minnow.
It is, yeah.
It came out with a new one that's pretty good, too.
Yeah.
Kind of like swims.
I'm going to have some. I'm going to get me some of them. What about you? Favorite wake bait?
That's probably the Zero Minnow.
Zero Minnow?
Yeah. The Spro one.
Okay. What are you seeing on the bottom to pull them up? To pull them up. So what are you seeing on the bottom? Like if you see something and it's flat, is there a way? A lot of guys talk about, just because you don't see them, they're not there.
They're kind of like blinkers, like
they almost look.
Old blinker fish.
They almost look like rocks down there, but you'll see them move here and there, and
they blink too.
They
It's
do.
like up shallow, like Driscoll said. But
That's why I asked if they shoot further than.
If they shoot further down,
Yeah.
makes sense. You fellas slow roll a Kitech in the ditches and humps for fish that are stuck on the bottom?
not anymore.
Not anymore. That's a lot of people do it, but you don't do it anymore
Not anymore.
because you're going. If you don't see the fish, you're not messing with it.
Right.
Okay. What about you?
I mean,
I
I'll
get what
throw
you-
a minnow down there, and see them, but like I don't just sit there and drag, not see any fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good answer.
wait, what was the question?
You slow roll a Kitech in ditches and humps for fish that are stuck on the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, I'll throw a Kitech down there and let it sit still. But I mean, I'm gonna see them on my live scope before I throw and just shake it.
Looking for the blinkers. So if you see blinkers down there, you'll throw it, or
Yeah. I mean, most of the time they'll come up and try to eat it. But
okay. Anthony wants to know: is it a broken tail surge or a solid?
Broken tail.
Broken tail.
Yep.
Broken tail.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Okay. Dixie Normus. I like that answer. Listen to that. Dixie Normus. I had to say it. I had to say it. I saw that. And I said, I'm going to give him one. I'm going to give him one. So I told you, didn't I tell you like before the show that was going to pop up?
I knew it.
You knew it. Did you see it before I ever even got down to it?
yeah, I did.
How come you didn't warn me?
I wanted.
I wanted to say that.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Just one time. You got to give the good one. That is a good one. That's a good one. But I don't know. We're going to talk Clark's Hill. Good. Even if he was being serious about the question, somebody really want to know what's a good starting spot on Clark's Hill.
Anywhere
there's
in
a
Little-
bunch of release fish at Wildwood, but
That might be a good place to start.
I mean, that big creek to the left, crossing that. What's
Little
that
River.
creek called? Yeah, Little
Any
River.
ditch in Little River, you can catch a fish in.
Yeah,
There's a bunch.
I got you. Isaac Reynolds. Are y'all mainly just focusing on the deep bite, or would y'all spend more time shallow with a worm?
Now that it's gotten colder, definitely. We'll probably focus a little bit deeper now
All right. What about
because
you?
it's gotten.
I did.
so
It
cold.
finally came up, did it?
Uh-huh.
Look at that last comment.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, we'll skip that in DS Bass, guys. We're gonna skip
No,
that,
I
maybe.
mean, we can talk about it.
You want to talk about? Well,
I like the next guy right there.
Dixie Normus there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure why you guys are laughing. Just the name I was born with. Sure.
Cool name.
That's what I say at night too. My wife don't believe it. We'll skip that. Best spots on Jackson.
Oh,
You ever fish Jackson?
never been.
How about you, Alex?
Never been.
I have no clue. My simple answer is where the fish are, but I don't know. I've never fished on Jackson right there.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. We're about time. You stayed a lot longer than what you was going to.
We're good.
You still good?
Yep.
You still good? You want to talk about that?
About that one?
Yeah.
I mean,
Go for
you
it.
want me to tell the story?
Tell the
or-
story.
Well, so there was a video that Ryan Salzman posted on TikTok of a boat cutting him off in the first day of the Open. Well, the boat was very similar to mine, but it was a different motor cowling. It was the old Yamaha motor cowling, and it had 10-foot power poles.
Yeah.
And I have 8s. But Ryan Salzman texted me because he thought it was me
Right.
and tagged me in a video saying it was me, but it was not. But me and him handled that. But friends thought it would be a great idea to go on the video and comment saying it was me.
Yeah. Ragging you and all that.
Yeah, and
but
it
you
was-
got it
it was-
handled.
No, we're good.
You got it handled.
Yeah.
So there you go. For you guys that want to know what he was talking about, that's it. So anyway, with that, I think we're about 2 hours in. They are young guys. First of all, listen, I want to thank both of you for coming up.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I've enjoyed it. And the cool thing is when we make on this podcast, when we have a guest, we make friends. It's always fun to keep up with them from that point on. Now we've seen your names in the the standings and all that. So we knew who you guys were, but it's one thing to see your name there. And it's another thing to get you guys up here talking like that.
Sure.
So hope you guys enjoyed it. And the next time, you won't be near as, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
you know what you get into. So these are two class act guys like that. Seems like you're raised by great parents and all that. And like I said, your dad's got a good reputation, and your mom kills deer while pregnant. I just that is absolutely fantastic. So anyway, with that, we're gonna let these guys get home, do their homework. We appreciate you guys watching, throwing out a lot of great questions for these guys. I hope as far as the parents go, we didn't go off the rails too bad like that. So but the next time, we're not promising that. Next time, we never know what we'll do. Yeah, you guys hit the like button. But anyway, we're going to be back Thursday night with another great episode. Far Dog says Salzman's the biggest crybaby in fishing, period. That did not come out of Hayden Seabolt's mouth. He did not say that at all. So TKR, good show. We appreciate you guys. You guys made it good and had a great crowd here tonight. So, again, if we don't see you Thursday night and you go fishing this weekend, first of all, make sure you're safe. Have all the proper equipment and dress and all that. But start watching the standings and all that with these two young guys, and we appreciate you guys coming on.
Yeah,
so,
thanks
Alex,
for having us.
absolutely,
yes,
good.
Sir.
Appreciate all the work your fingers did back there tonight, like that. And your battle bait throw out. You did a great job right there as always, guys. We'll see you on the next one. You guys be good.